What's going on, my brother? Let me throw you a mic. I ain't gonna give you the calls because you know how that works. Happy New Year, my brother. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Outlaw Media Year in Review. What will be revealed? Will it be the bad guy, the nice guy? Let's see what's going on. So, yeah, it's actually, it's 9:01 Eastern Standard Time, 8:01 Central Standard Time, 7:01 Mountain Standard Time, 6:01 Pacific Standard Time. Outlaw Media time check. Um, Year in review. What will be revealed? I have a nice little journal, and I got some friends coming in here to jog my memory if I happen to forget anything. We're gonna go through all 12 months, starting from January all the way to present day, on what's been going on in these Twitter spaces, in these Black American spaces, with the family. Uh, a lot of people, a lot of things are going on. So, Immortal Melon, how you doing, brother? Go ahead and unmute yourself while get my little book out here and start going over the months.
Yeah, yeah. I was just sitting here sending out some invitations. Um, shit, is can we play any of Vino's music while you getting that together?
Yeah, actually we can, and I'm pretty sure that would be great to do because I'm pretty sure that I won't get any copyright strikes, as this will be going on Conscious Outlaw Media YouTube and consciousutlawmedia.com. So yeah, I can if you can pull it up, you can play it, or I can pull it up. I'm loading up the other device right now.
How it sound?
It sounds pretty good. It sound hold on,
Sound what?
good. Yeah, but yeah. Go ahead, do that.
I've been bumping this all day, nigga. Been bumping this all day.
It's a little bit low. It's a little bit low.
All right. I just had to get the party started right, man. It's been
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great. You know what I'm saying? We probably gonna run it back again as we get through to the actual release date of our brother's beautiful Grammy Award winning hit.
right. Grammy award winning, fam.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of no other. So like I said, like this space is recorded. I'm on the west side, St. Louis, Missouri. Same thing with my brother Mortimer. It gets hectic right here. They've been busting shots since it got dark.
I am
so I'm
outside right now.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna start this up a little right now. Hopefully, this won't go too far into the new year as the time goes by. I'm not gonna hold the space. I'm gonna try to keep it concise. We know a lot of people have short attention spans, and I want a lot of people to get this get this knowledge, get this recap, get this objective thought process going down here. Like I said, this will be going on Conscious Outlaw Media .com. This will be on the YouTube. Will be a lot of links. Got a lot of good things coming up for you all. But right now, you here with me. You could be anywhere else, but we here. So I'm gonna start off. This starts off with me in January. I came to Twitter, and Twitter Spaces were pretty fresh. What's going on, my brother Vino? Let me shoot you a mic. We just played Sweet Science. You know what? Before um I start off in January, if you would like, go ahead and you want to play Sweet Science for us? Guillermo just played. You can do that. If you can't, it's fine because we definitely will be playing it on the actual debut date in November. We will be running it back then. So how you doing, brother? How you doing?
Oh, what's the word with y'all, man? What's going on, man? Shout out Outlaw Media. Shout out Immortal, man. What's happening?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna keep it tasteful. Yeah, like I said, the three brothers that happened to pull up on the mayor in Gary, Indiana, sitting right here. Um, I'm gonna keep it really tasteful. And I need you brothers to help me jog my memory if I miss anything going through the months. The first month, me and y'all really weren't really connected, so that's January. But when it gets to the like end of January to the 30K space and pass on a shout out to Secure the Tribe. Y'all, I need y'all to help me out, make sure I don't forget anything. And then we're gonna talk about the debut of Sweet Science in November. We're just gonna round it out. We ain't gonna keep it up. We ain't gonna keep nobody too long. We know a lot of people got a lot of things to do. So, I did the time check earlier. So, Vino, did you wanna wait for the actual month to come over, or did you wanna just drop a little Sweet Science on us right now?
Oh, I can't drop it right now, but just let's just cook, man. Let's just cause this I want I'm interested in hearing what you got, man, because it's been a long year, bro. So I'm interested, man. I'm here, man. I'm all ears.
All right, like I said, this is a recorded space. If anybody want to catch it, they'll catch it. So I'm starting off with it's my personal outlaw media journey, but a lot of people are involved down little. I met a lot of great people this year, and I want to give everybody their props and their flowers, and just discuss and be actually truthful and objective about what happened, and just keep it cool. So in January, me personally, kind of sound like outlaw media. I came to Twitter, and that was when I met. That's actually when I met Marcel. So yeah, January kicked off with me, Mr. Marcel. I met Rella. I was just learning how to work Twitter Spaces. I had just left YouTube from being a moderator for Queen Shakur for like 2 years. So I had held a couple spaces before the 30K space, but I hadn't actually had a lot of I was like on the training wheels, and I'll be totally honest, I wasn't there for the 30K space. How you doing, Lioness Crown? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us. I'm just recapping the whole year from the Outlaw Media perspective. So, like I said, in January, I met Marcel and Rella. I was learning how to work Twitter Spaces. I had just stopped modding for Queen Shakur, and things were just gelling in Twitter Spaces. Twitter Spaces had just came out of beta trials like in November, and so a lot of people were starting to come in. So that's before I met a lot of you all. Um, I hadn't met Immortal. I hadn't met Vino. I had been noticing Lioness Crown from her days working on the networks on YouTube's and all of that. So come February, that was the right around the 30K space. Um, the tribe started gelling and stuff like that, and I started coming to tribe spaces and I started talking and stuff like that. And then I start seeing that the energy from what that viral space actually started bringing the ops really, really early. And that's when what my famous video, which I'm not very proud of, where a personal communication was leaked of me and another moderator on when I was doing my thing with Queen Shakur. I was, unfortunately, my face was put out there and I was caught in a bad moment, and my son repeated some cuss words that I'm not very proud of, but famously, pick up the phone, hoe ass nigga is running around Twitter right about now. So, I can't do nothing about that. The ops running with it. I'm seeing, I've been hearing people running that around when I'm not even around. But I got a
Hey, look,
sick.
hey, look, fam. I don't mean to cut you off, but we might have to figure out what to do about it because number one, it was a private communication, bad moment or not, it was private communication, and number two, it contains the likeness and voice of a child, your child, but any child, man. You don't play with that, and you don't use that for silliness. So I hate that went down like that for you, family. But it might be something we can do about it because I can't really see that is there must be a recourse for it. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, yeah, what I'm saying? Like I didn't know how important it was, and like I said, I didn't know it would blow up like it is. But like I said, I'll be getting back channels about it, people using it in their spaces, and I'm starting to see it tweet back to me, and people don't even know that's me, because I keep my my digital image really close to the vest. Because I actually am a network administrator, so I know what digital images and facial recognition works like that. That's why if you ever seen any of my other things, I keep my face and all of this strictly close to the vest because I am from Ferguson, Missouri, where activists, unfortunately come up, dead. Just I don't want to get it grim in here, but okay. So then after that, so March comes up. Yeah, go ahead, Immortal. Go ahead, Immortal.
Before we skip past, since it's a year in review, let's just review. We can feel however we want to feel, different opinions, but let's just review. That 30K space popped off. Then, as that was transpiring, I was in the space and I was doing a countdown. I just kept tweeting the space and saying how many people were in it. The next thing I know, Tariq came in the space and was greeted warmly and was welcomed warmly. Came in, gave some words, uh, tipped his hat to Tribe Nim and bounced out. And that upset a lot of people because however you feel about the brother, he do or at least historically he has tried to protect his brand over the last 10 years. I know um, that he has really curated his brand, and I know a lot of people feel funny that he went into that space and didn't go into spaces that they were holding, and I think that caused a lot of jealousy and animosity towards people who were really doing some work. So yeah, man, at 30, I just want y'all to don't forget that it was all cool 1 minute. And then as we move forward, you have your opinions about whoever you want, but let's not ignore the progression of what happened and why. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to throw that in there that, that was a good moment, you know what I'm saying, where people from with all kind of different all types of different backgrounds, but all pointing towards uh, reparations and upliftment of our community. A lot of people interested in that came together. A lot of people who were never interested in that, started to be interested. So I just wanted to throw that in, man. So yeah, the 30K space happened, and then after that, what you got on it?
No, you right. Like I said, we being truthful and objective. I wasn't there for the 30K space, and you were there for it. I was doing other things, so you have a little bit more knowledge about what went on with that. So yeah, thanks for bringing it out and making that observation. So so after that, like you said, a lot of things start happening. A lot of people start galvanizing. March comes around, and there's a lot of spaces start going on. that's when I started really, like I said, I was going to tribe rooms. I had my other account, and I was coming up speaking, just speaking up, just being real, talking about how I felt on whatever different topics, because reparations was the talk of the day, and I'm about that. I'm about reparations. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather. I need all of my lineage. I need my mother. I need all of them to get what they deserve, and I'm full Black American on both sides, so it very much interested me, and me being a person that did a lot of things in my life with young people and stuff like that. I felt like this was the next step for me, and it kind of revived my energy for the movement. So with a little bit of media training off of YouTube, and like I said, I give credit where credit's due. I learned a lot being working with Queen Shakur, and how to be tactful, and how to curate what you say and stuff like that. And I'm still working on that. But so then we had spaces going on, and I started holding spaces with like a lot of people. I held spaces with Nordos. I held spaces with FBA Goddess. She actually was the one that started bringing me over to spaces. You can feel how you want to feel about those people, but I'm just, like I said, this is objective, truthful recount of last year, this year that's going out. And me and my brother Vino, we had a classic space that struck. I don't know if he can find it or I can find it, but it was Jesus and the Easter Bunny on reparations. We had a nice 8 hour space in March, and we were building really good, and we were discussing, reparations, and how it works with the Black church, and why the Black church hasn't pushed reparations forward. Because I grew up in the church. My brother Vino grew up in the church. Actually, he went to Obama's he went to Obama's church. Vino, can you expound on it just a little taste, man? I want to talk for you, man. Just tell you remember that space we had about the Jesus and the Easter Bunny? You hear Vino? He might be he might
Yeah,
be
he's probably moving around.
Yeah, he moving around. Well, yeah, well, basically, we was building and learning, and trying to find ways to reach our people, because we saw the impact of what was going on in the social media galvanization. So we were coming up with topics and holding spaces, and that's when we was rookie in spaces, and we was just like holding marathon spaces. A lot of people were doing that back then. They were holding, all night spaces, all day spaces, 24-hour spaces, and we even had a person that was recording those spaces. Warlord Diaspora, he got struck because he was using our likeness in our content without our permission. But a lot of people, a lot of family was coming to need those spaces, and we were just building, constantly building, 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 building. So after this, a lot of personal relationships were developing with these spaces. Um, Personal phone numbers were exchanged. A lot of people were having one-on-one conversations. Like me and Miss Connie Collins had conversations a few times. We discussed, working together here in St. Louis, and unfortunately, that did not come to fruition. Basically, I was new to a lot of things. I wasn't clear on what freedmen were. I had never heard that word before. I knew what FBA was, but FBA is not something that we talk about here in St. Louis a lot. I started talking to people, and that's April came in. The month of April came in, and some unfortunate things happening with some miscommunications, and some things never gelled, and some people that I may have wanted to work with didn't quite pan out. Um, I don't know if I want to drop names here, but I actually that had a bad experience, and it gave me the inspiration from me reading Claude Anderson talking about how we need to make sure we have people that are detrimental to us. We should like brand them, or we should like let everybody know who they are so they don't fall victim. And that's when I listened to a David Banner song, and it's called Bitch Ass Nigga. So I said, wow, this person seemed to wrong me, and I came up with the first annual Bitch Ass Nigga Awards. The second annual will be coming out, and I'm gonna shorten it to BAN. in April. So basically that happened. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not trying to trash people and I'm not gonna do that. But just do your homework, go check it out. You'll see what I'm talking about. So it was some people that were identified in the month of April because there was an initiative um, from Mason, Tennessee. Mason, Tennessee is a city that was going under by the Ford plant. The Ford plant left St. Louis actually maybe about 10 years prior, and it really hurt our economy. And all of a sudden, they went to a Black American city in Tennessee and decided that they want to make a new plant for electric cars. But in the process, they must have knew that this plant was coming, and the crooked crackers decided to sink and put the city into a financial situation where the other neighboring cities could take over their charter. And great people, namely KD and Security Tribe, and they decided to step in. And we start holding spaces. We brought Judge Joe Brown in. We were getting legal advice. She became a very integral part. She started talking to the mayor, and we started figuring out how can we save this city. How can we get things going for them? How can we stop this from happening? How can we stop the real-time ethnocide of what's going on? So we had a lot of spaces. Like I said, Judge Joe Brown came in speaking. We had people going down doing boots on ground work. We had people driving down there. Yeah, go ahead, Immortal. Jog me up. Look, yeah, keep me around.
Yeah, man. Yeah, with that situation, right about the point where you at now. Yeah, we was doing a lot of work. Uh, KD was organizing a lot, fundraising and coordinating with the mayors, vice mayors. Um, we were looking for advice, like you just said, and even got a lot of good advice from Judge Joe Brown and people like that. But I don't, like you said, I don't know. We want to make the space too messy, but we can recount what happened. And I'm just pointing out where people are at certain times. All right, so now we made it up to this point. A lot of people from the 30 who met in the 30K space ended up galvanizing after many spaces doing our lineage. Like a lot of these people, we just got the tools together. That's another thing KD did. Put together a lot of the tools to show us how to trace our lineage. I was stuck at like 1907. And with the information that I was able to get from her and even Cherie DC, I was able to get all the way back to 1804 on one side and like 1830s on the other. So that was a good time. But I wanted to point out that right after that 30K space, one Zesty Elite would be in them rooms. He was in them rooms with Judge Joe Brown. He was in all them rooms. And I mentioned earlier that there were certain people who were upset because of the nod that was given to Secure the Tribe from certain members of the New Black Media. So like I mentioned, Tariq came in there. And so he wanted to get in on that. But that's one thing about them tribe spaces, man. Hey, you got to be like, if you're not genuine, you're gonna get roasted. And he got roasted, and he never recovered from that. When Tribe got through, he was like, dude, you a phony. We don't want to be around you, and things like that. He immediately went on a mission. So I'm gonna end that part there. But at that point where you was Zesty Elite was, he was all, in on it. He was trying to be a part of anything, everything. I find it interesting too at that point. Like I say, he was in there. I believe he probably did, claim he donated money to Mason, Tennessee, but then immediately went in and started talking bad about the initiative. So it was a great initiative. And I know you want to focus on most of the positive stuff, but it was hard fought, man. We had a lot of people upset and trying to disparage what that work that was being done. That was successful. Go ahead, man.
Well, like I said, I want to be truthful and objective. And no shade. We just gonna say what it was and what it is. The reason why I decided to come up with my first annual BAN awards was because the bitch ass niggas awards. Because while we were doing that galvanizing in Mason, Tennessee, like you said, a lot of people start popping their head up. And I'll never forget. I was working. I was at a work. I was at my job, and I went on break, and I went into Twitter Spaces, and I saw a brother by the name of they call him Lord Abba, um, Naheem, whatever. He already had a thing that he didn't like about me, but he was anti Mason Tennessee Initiative. He was calling the mayor a drunk. He was running records. Him and Logic Supreme, they were running spaces, and they were seeing that. And I'm like, what is going on? Why would you do anything to sabotage a Black American city? So they instantly, sometimes I'm unhinged. I went instantly bitch ass nigga award on them. I couldn't help myself. I'm like, why would you do this? We're trying to save a city, and you sitting here trying to backdoor with the good work that we're doing before it even gets off the ground, like instantly, like you want to, it just wasn't good. So I had to say it. That's why he leads off, him and Zesty, with the first annual Bitch Ass Nigga Awards. I'm sorry, the BAN Awards. I'm gonna say that because I don't want to keep using the N word in this space. The ban awards, because we need to ban people like that. We need to ban people that are anti-progressive Black American. Anything that's anti-Black American progressive and getting us to our reparations and repair and in a better situation than we are in from the day before, yeah, you're gonna get banned. I don't want to deal with you. You showed your hand early on. It's no redemption. Go ask Jesus for forgiveness, because I don't. You know what I'm saying? End of discussion. You know what I'm saying? Go remake you or reinvent yourself. New year, new me. Go do that somewhere else. I'm not playing with you. And a lot of these people were identified back in April. Well, we'll keep on going down. We'll keep on going down with that. So
Hey, since you said, but the part that part where Naheem came in, Naheem went ham, and I seen tweets where dude was like, "You mean tell me you're gonna?" I think the pot had we was raising money. I think the pot had got up over 10. I know it was over 10 racks. Oh, dude was salty. Oh, he said, "Oh, y'all spending all this money and it's not going to work," or whatever he said. And then but he made the point that you could be putting that money into my organization or what I'm doing. He was really covetous of the money that was being raised, and he did make phone calls to the comptroller, and came out of his calls and meetings with the comptroller of Tennessee, spouting the comptroller's talking points. I got the receipts all around somewhere, where he did just that. But came out talking to comptrollers, talking points, tried to say that the administration that took over from the corrupt administration who stole a lot of money. He tried to pin that on the new administration who was trying to clean the town up. But it's a lot of infrastructure in that town, and in order for them to do what they wanted to do, they wanted to erase that town and use that infrastructure, the sewer lines and different things like that was already in place there. But they didn't want to have to deal with this administration, this black administration. They thought they had killed that town by allowing those white supremacists to steal over $1 million, it seemed like. I know one got away with 600 and some odd $1,000. Another one got away with a few $100,000. Oh, they looted the city and hoped that it would fail. And Naheem was coming out basically on the side of the comptroller. But yeah, in spite of all that, we did push through all that. The pushback from Afro Elite, the pushback from Stepper, the pushback from others that I could name, and ended up applying enough pressure on the state of Tennessee that small concessions were made. They weren't the concessions that we wanted, but it was a victory nonetheless. KD and the family, we worked hard. to see a good resolution to that, and a lot of people were disappointed with the outcome so far. But at the end of the day, the charter, when I became aware of that activity was going on, at the charter had less than like a month to survive, and the mayor was overwhelmed by the outpouring of support, and they were encouraged to go ahead and fight in that town. That historically black town is still there, and there's probably still things going on with different people. If you moving in the right circles, you'll might run into somebody who's actually still doing work down there to make sure that over 70 or 80% black town is not pushed to wide by the state and these corporations. So that was wild. But I just wanted to point out, it wasn't no cakewalk. We had people that was really upset by what we was doing. So I'm sorry about that, fam. Go ahead.
No, you perfect, man. Yeah, you thank you for being really concise and really laying that out, because this is a very important part of what happened this year, because you had a lot of people that revealed themselves early and often, like Stepper, you know what I'm saying, and that they came in. KD instantly identified him as a op, and she got him out of the paint, but he still kept running around. We had inside ops, we had people going backdooring. We had backdoor people, and I guess I need to go ahead and discuss bring it on into May, because it's gonna come on around. So in the Mason, Tennessee, we had a Mr. I gave him the loving name. I learned this from Queen Ahmad Shakur about giving people names. I called him the Metallic Mole. He was a mole. Mr. Darren. Yeah, Mr. Darren came in after the 30K space, and he found the way down to Mason, Tennessee, with the help of another guy that I'm gonna give him some grace, because he seems to have made amends. But they went down there and backdoored the tribe and tried to cut a side deal and sell bonds to save Mason, Tennessee. And then yeah, it was a lot of little dirty dealing with that.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I get what you're saying, but can I put, if I'm allowed, I'll put all that in kind of a context.
Go ahead.
Now, once, and I like, again, I do have to give KD props for this. Once the attention started really coming to it, and people look around and saw that people were going to actually try to stop this from happening, other people also did what they thought was what they wanted to try to do something they thought could help. And often people who were actually trying to help disagreed on how to do so. Like even back when Judge Joe Brown came in, a lot of people was disappointed with the advice that he gave, but it was the advice that he had, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of it did get used, but they were just disappointed in a lot of the advice. So yeah, Darren, he tried to do his thing, but when you bring up Darren, that was another good thing about that 30K space. Like I said earlier, all types of people. Some people who've been fighting for our people their whole life, since childhood, grew up in the struggle. And then it was other people who never really did that, but they saw that, oh, damn, there's some fire behind this. And he was one of them. Now, he did crash out, and he crashed out bad. Turned out he started acting in ways that really wasn't codified. And yeah, a lot of people was kind of upset that he went talked to the mayor about doing bonds, about doing projects like that. And he did go around a lot of people that he knew because he felt like he could do it better if he presented these options to the mayor on his own. But he was so uncodified till it just fell apart for the dude. But the one thing I wanted to point out, since you're bringing him up, nobody's perfect, and especially not him, but he did do some things that was beneficial. Like, we can disagree about what benefit his actions were going to have for Mason, Tennessee. And I understand that there was a large part of that was concerning doing business, put it like that. He wanted to do business with them, you know, and so that's the way he looked at it. But I remember when Darren kind of beginning of Darren crashing out, we were in a conference and tensions were high because Afro Elite was trying to instigate this fake beef between Jason Black and Tribe. Now I understand a lot is probably too much has been said at this point because I was in there trying to stop it, but probably too much has been said on either side for Jason Black and tried to make up. So that ain't why I'm saying this. But
Yeah, hold on, because we're gonna have to hit that. That's a whole nother, like, that's coming down. Yeah. Before we gonna get to the Jason Black and the Tribe situation. Yeah, that was
right,
later on. Yeah.
yeah.
But
But
yeah,
I just noticed one of the. So we'll get into that deeper later. But I did notice that was going on, and we were talking about how to deal with it. We were trying to. Some of us were saying just leave them alone, just ignore them. Can't give them no energy, and others were saying, "Nah, we got to get some pushback because they out here lying, telling all these lies." And that meeting and all that confusion soured that dude, man. We was converting that whatever kind of off code individual he was before. He was trying in the beginning. He would always be uh, reasonable, but after all the infighting and all the foolishness, dude just broke all the way down. Just like he was like a construction worker sailor, just didn't care. And he got real discouraged. So everybody can feel, like I say, a lot of the people we're gonna talk about, people are gonna feel different ways about them. But we're gonna give you the accounting. And so let me let you go ahead and move forward, Conscious. I just wanted to throw that in there. That Zesty Elite one uh, made him crash out from the pressure that they was putting on us because of the work we was doing. But go ahead, fam.
nah, you good. So, like I said, I'm gonna try to keep this short as possible because I don't want to. But I want to keep doing justice. So I'm gonna be time stamping this through the time. If I can't hit it on the hour or on the half hour, I'll do it. But it is 9:38 Eastern Standard Time, 8:38 Central Standard Time. 7:38 Mountain Standard Time, 6:38 Pacific Standard Time, December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve, y'all. Outlaw Media Year in Review. What will be revealed? The emojis say it all. Will it be good? Will it be bad? We're going to see what happens. Y'all make y'all decisions. We're going to be objective in here. Okay. So when we get back to we're gonna round it back out to Mason, Tennessee. Mr. Darren, yeah, I had a very close personal relationship with him. This is why I'm the bad guy because I was taught by my two Black American parents that were married for 40 years, 2 years before I was married, and my father passed, and my mother never divorced or remarried. So I was brought up pretty decently, and my mother told me, this man, vet him. I've been vetting people my whole life. I've been vetting people since I was 3 years old. So I vetted him. My parents are deep into real estate insurance and all that stuff like that. And he claimed to be a real estate person. My mother's a real estate broker. So I was about to broker a deal and I sniffed out the bullshit early. Cause we put about $5 million worth of real estate deals in front of this man's face, and he balked at it. And after that, he when I pushed his hand, and during the Mason Tennessee stuff, a lot of people, I couldn't really come out against him because of bad thing and good thing. When you on code, sometimes you appear to be off code. So I had to stay on code and I couldn't come against another Black American. I had to sit back and see what happens and let people crash themselves out. And we see that we'll talk about people crashing themselves out later on in this the broadcast right here. So basically, Mason Tennessee went off. NAACP put their hands in it. A lot of people wasn't happy with what happened. Cloud chase, this, that. I don't want to. Like I said, I'm not going to just brush over Mason Tennessee, but we spent a lot of time on it, and it's a lot of details. The double details. So boom, we gonna pull up on May. We, sorry, just take. I had the. I should put my do not disturb on. Okay, so May. So here comes May, and that's when, like I said, all through this time there's all of these things happening, and I'm doing my thing. Like I said, this is a personal Outlaw Media perspective, year in review. My perspective with help from my brothers and sisters that was here that can, jog my memory on some things. Thank you everybody for coming to space. Retweet it out. If you can't join me now, record it. When it's recorded, check it out. But so May comes, and I was in space with Sister Yaya for quite a while. And me and Sister Yaya have a genetic bond. Her sister has sickle cell anemia. My father passed from sickle cell anemia. I worked with the Sickle Cell Anemia Association in St. Louis as a kid. My father was the president of it here. So there was a common bond. So one of our first spaces was sickle cell awareness. And I'm noticing a lot now. It's more aware now. There's a cure for it and stuff like that. So that was a common bond me and her had that we started sharing, and we galvanized with each other. And we started doing spaces. I think we only did actually about 2 sickle cell spaces, and that kind of went to the side because all of a sudden we started thinking about doing work for reparations. And at that time, it was a little different time. Me, Immortal, Vino, Sister Yaya, Chef C. Some of us, we were actually Mr. Darren. We were at the very beginning stages of figuring out how can we take the 30K space, the momentum and the energy, and flip it and push the agenda for Black Americans forward. And we thought that all of a sudden, we thought, let's pull up. We thought about pulling up. We said, you know what? We need to do something. We need to let these crackers know we're not playing with them no more. We need to let these people know that we want our check. We coming for it. We tired. It's been 400 years. You're not going to keep doing this like this and that. And the idea of the pull up really was birthed about May. Correct me if I'm wrong, Immortal.
That sounds just about right. April, May, somewhere in there. Yeah, end of April, beginning of May, right in there. Um, yeah, and you have to understand, a lot of people were in the background trying to figure out how that can get done. It's a lot of unsung heroes in that pull-up thing. I could name people like Snugsy, unsung hero, because he was one of the only ones that had an event similar to ours. It was only 2 events like ours.
And
All of them were.
when you say ours, make sure you let them know what ours was. The only
Well,
two man pull
I'll
up.
let you. I'll let you expound. I'll let you expound on that part of it. But I'm just saying, a lot of unsung heroes. Leon was in on those conversations to come up with the pull up September 22. He was in on that conversations. A lot of people who don't go around taking a lot of credit for it. Don't ain't really loud about it, but they was very instrumental. I just named 2. It's others. I could say Dr. Deborah Jenkins was very instrumental. She contributed a lot in as far as her expertise and support. A lot of unsung heroes. I just named you 3, but yeah, you was at the formulation process of the pull up September.
Correct. So that was a process, and in that process, unfortunately, me trying to flush Mr. Dern out to see where his heart was, he ended up crashing out. He ended up crashing out. We found out that he the sourness from the Mason, Tennessee, and all of this and that. He kind of crashed out, and I can't stop. My brother Vino was sitting there the whole time too. You know what I'm saying? He was sitting there the whole time. Me and him communication. Everybody, a lot of the. That's what I'm saying. I'm the bad guy because I have a lot of personal communication. Cause sir, in St. Louis, Missouri, Ferguson, St. Louis, Missouri, West Side, where they shooting right now. Only way you get to the bottom of shit is if you get in people's face and you get people one on one. And then you get that one on one conversation with another person and make that one on one conversation and you connect the dots and you find out what's really going on. Some people call that backbiting, talking shit, talking behind people's back. Nah, I call it vetting. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me something about somebody else, I'm gonna say Really? Okay. Hey, tell him what you just told me to his face. Sometimes it don't turn out good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all I got to say about that. So yeah, Mr. Dern went on and flew out the window. That's around the time me and Sister Yaya really started bumping off them Sunday service spaces. One of her first Sunday service spaces was about unfortunately a person that was grifting money. Yeah, her name was FBA Goddess and Metallic Mo. Yeah, they we identified people that were taking money from people in the in the movement and was and basically it wasn't looking good. So June, boom. I'm gonna jump to June. Boom, June. Darn gone. You know, the first pull up organizer stepped up. Now, this right here is truth. If you don't like what I'm about to say, holla at me, whatever. But in June, there were only about 4 or 5 states that lifted their hands, said they ready to pull up. That was Missouri, that was Indiana, that was Texas, that was California. Let's see, hold on. Oh yeah,
Jersey.
and New Jersey. So really, it really was only like 5 states. The original organizers got together. We had a back channel, and we were all together. And we said we gonna get this. You know what I'm saying? We gonna figure out how to do this. We want people to pull up, and then the development of it said, you know, we can't all pull up at one place. We can't all try to go to Washington. We can't all try to go to we can't all try to go to California. You know what? We gonna make it easy because we normal Black Americans. We ain't got it like that. Go ahead, Immortal. Help me out. Go ahead.
I wanted to point out something else about that initiative and effort. It is one of the very few times in the last, certainly in the last 60 or 70 years, one of the very few times where you had individuals who were mostly, not all, and shout out to the riders who was half Black American, but mostly, for the most part, it was organized and acted out by, excuse me, it was organized and carried out by people who were Black American, usually on both sides. Usually, it ain't that many places where you can go and find anything happening where people who can trace their lineage back past 1865, you rarely find it where it's only them organizing to do something positive. It's hard to find that. A lot of times you do go find good things happening, but it's never just us. Now, other groups, just name a group, and I'll fish it out to find a place where you can't even enter because you're not a member of that ethnic group. You see, but we wasn't trying to be, like that. But we did want to speak for ourselves. We wanted, to speak for ourselves, and that was a very important part of it to me, man. And that was the spirit of it. And we also wanted to not wait on something to happen. Don't wait for somebody's child to die so you can run and do what we do when we see that. Let's get ahead of this thing. Let's go ahead and let them know, hey, we already know that sometime this year you're gonna murder a child, and we're tired of it. And so we put together also some talking points because and some demands because this thing can get stressful and a lot of pressure on a lot of people, and personality conflicts arise. But if we have something we can look to and say, we all agree on this. See this? Now, all that other stuff, whatever that is, that's going to be what it is. But when you look at these 5 talking points right here, if you can understand that and agree with that, and you feel like it's good for our lineage and you of our lineage, then let's ride with that. And, that was a big part of it to me, to be proactive, mostly us speaking for ourselves, a nationwide event effect. It was great, but I don't want to ramble too long. Go ahead, fam.
Okay, so yeah, nah, you good. So we getting in, we getting into the good stuff right now. All right, so we into June and we having all these people, normal, regular people stepping up, regular people stepping up. Now all this time I had my whole other account. About July when we really start moving. A lot of people hadn't stepped up. I guess they thought we was faking and fraudulent or whatever like that. A lot of people hadn't stepped up. At that point in time, it still was just Indiana, Missouri, California, New Jersey, Indiana, California, New Jersey. Oh yeah, Illinois with Chicago. The same kind of thing with Illinois. Yeah, it was like about five states that really had stepped up at that point in time. So, we start getting a little itchy, like, wow, why ain't nobody stepping up? You know, people holding spaces every day. They talking about reparations and delineations, but we sitting there trying to get on the ground and ain't nobody really talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really want to get on board. All of a sudden, my account gets whacked after my first organizer space because me and Sister Yaya decided that we was gonna hold spaces and start galvanizing people and gathering people in from all these other states. My first account got whacked. But after my first account got whacked, my brother Vino, that brother came in and stepped up and just he had the space that said, you better pull up or you better shut up.
Pull
Don't
up
be
or shut up.
woo, mm, man.
That was
That
one
was
of the dopest spaces of the year. If I had to give, because I'm gonna go ahead, the dopest space of the year. If just my personal picks, I'd have to give it to the Security Tribe space back in January. But the next one after that, that next dopest one was that pull up or shut up. Because everybody always got something to say. Like, this is real work. This is real life. Some of us ain't playing games. We really actually want to see this happen for our people. And you can hang around on spaces and do that or whatever, or on YouTube or however you in private. A lot of people do things in private, but we got to come on out and start pushing the envelope and applying pressure. See, people just don't know the pressure that got applied. In Vino, we couldn't get like Conscious was saying, we didn't feel like we was receiving the response from the audience we was talking to. So Vino came out with that pull up or shut up. Damn, it worked on me. That's what clinched it for me. I ain't know which pull up I was gonna go to, if any. I'll help you organize. I'll help you do all this. I'll help you do all that shit. Vino came through like pull up or shut up. And I know I ain't gonna shut up, so I had to pull up. You heard me. Go ahead, fam.
Yeah, so that happened, and I'm a very steely hearted person, very person. That is the only time I got emotional in a space. I got emotional in that pull up or shut up space. Y'all could hear it. If anybody could ever pull, you can hear the quivering in my voice. I was really like feeling this. I was like, y'all, I want this to happen. Y'all gave me hope as a 44-year-old person at that time with grandkids. I had gave up on a movement. I've been in so many different movements. I had gave up. I said this shit ain't gonna work. Niggas don't like shit. They don't want to do nothing. I had gave up, and then I started getting hope when I started organizing with the pull-ups. And then Bino came in there and had that pull-up and shut up space. It was big. The whole tribe was in there. We had everybody in there, and after that space, Bino, go ahead, man. You got the mic, man. Speak on it.
Hey,
Speak on it.
the floodgates open in that space right there, dude.
Hey man, I like that space, man. Shit, because really, we really do need to be on that, man. If motherfuckers not showing improvement at least on some level, um, that they would put, look, if your footsteps don't match your voice, then I'm not listening to you no more. And that's really what it is, man. You got niggas with loud voices, But them footsteps, nigga, these niggas is tapping, man. Niggas is toe tapping and doing all type of weird shit, man. So that's was good, man. A lot of people still, you know, um, bagged out or whatever things might have happened, but a lot of states did step up after that and say, "Hey, I support." Or a lot of people did, come out in their respective states. So yeah, man, that was yeah. I think that was July.
Yeah, that was July. I'm sitting looking at my notes right now. That was July into August. That it started running together. My birthday is in July, Leo time. You know what I'm saying? That happened around the time a lot of things was going on. So that happened. Yeah, your birthday and you Cancer, you know what I'm saying? All that was happening. I was feeling myself. I'm in my resonator number 44. I'm like, yeah. We had a historic 100-year flood on my birthday here in St. Louis, Missouri. The confluence of the Missouri and St. Louis, the Missouri and the Mississippi River, actually the Garden of Eden, because this is the only place where four rivers hit ahead. I ain't gonna go there with y'all. Y'all ain't ready. I don't want to go too deep, but okay. So anyway, yeah, that hit me up. My son is hollering. Okay, all
Hey,
right.
well,
So
hey, I'll let him for a second, but and then I'll give you. And while you do that, I'm gonna kind of recount because, like you said, we had several states, a handful of states was ready to ride just on them states, and after that in that space and directly after, man, some riders came out the woodwork. We had, and that meant people were doing some sort of activity, however they did it. It's just like the states, the pull-ups, each one was different, as even the states are different, and so but everybody, there was Florida kicked in, decided to have an event. uh what, the Carolinas, which one of them Carolinas, man, I think it was South Carolina. uh then you had oh man, it was so many of them. We already had Texas. Then Southern California got added. It was just going to be North Carolina. So, just people just started jumping on, man. It ended up to be like 28 states.
yeah, let's not forget the fact that you, Mr. Immortal, my brother. Man, somebody say something bad about him, I might go lose my shit. Anyway, you had already had the .com September 20 pull up September 22.com. You had already got ahead of the game and you bought the domain.
Yeah, because they was already promoting the hashtag. They started promoting the hashtag, and came up with that, and that was going pretty good actually. And then, so, but what I did understand was this: to me, it's a workplace situation. What we did, this is not a social club situation, even though I've found camaraderie with some, but in essence, this is a workplace situation. And I know that personalities sometimes are misunderstood. And I also know that there can be personality conflicts and things of that nature. And so, what I wanted us to have was a space where all that's to the side and it's strictly, this is what we're pointing to. If you wonder what we own, this is what it is. Because people will get upset, and a lot of us got gaslit, and people are out here mistreating us. And when you mistreat a Black American, ain't no telling, they might come out of a bag on your ass. They might cuss your ass out, say anything to you. But we don't want things like that to be the focal point.
Outlaw Media time check. 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. They shooting like it's Afghanistan on the west side of St. Louis. Continue, Immortal.
Yes, sir. So you got to have like a focal point. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere where it's nothing but business. It's all business and it's all there for anyone to see. And every different state had their own input on how they wanted to be presented on their page and things. And the main page gave those 5 talking points that I was talking about earlier. And yeah, as soon as the hashtag, I said, "Oh shit, this thing gonna be something." So let me go ahead and grab this because that name, to call it that, I do believe that was our sister that came up with that, to call it that. And I understand how all them .coms and shit work. So while I could get it for $5, $15, I went and got it. You know what I'm saying? And eventually was able to go ahead and hand her control of that domain. And but yeah, that's all I did, and I learned how to make a web page through that. That was the one that ultimately got released was the second attempt. Like I say, it's a lot of unsung heroes. You know, we can talk about the ones who are adored. We could talk about the personalities that are most magnetic. But at the end of the day, it took all of us, to make this thing happen. So that was my second attempt. And I got a lot of help from Leon to even try to begin to have the confidence to even deal with something like that. And Leon was like, "Nah, let me get in here and help you. We can do it like this." Hey, that Leon, man. So again, one of the unsung heroes of the pull-ups. But yeah, that was my second attempt, and it was cool. It was very cool to see um, the first full month that it was out. It was very nice to see almost 2,000 hits on it with very like nobody was promoting this website. Let's keep it a buck. Nobody was really promoting it, but through the spaces and things like that, it did catch a nice little buzz. And so over at the end of the day, over 4,000 people have been through that website, have read that, whether they liked it or hated it or loved it. 4,000 people understood what we want. Black Americans, full Black Americans mostly, came together and said, "This is what we're going to start talking to you about."
Hold on, let's pause for a second, Immortal Soul. When we create the website, when you got the domain, during that time while you was holding the domain down, we hadn't actually started building on it. But while you were holding that, making sure nobody could take that name and do anything with it, we were organizing. Me, Sister Yaya, Dr. Deborah, Chef C, Miss Fly Girl from Texas, Brooke from Texas. We were doing a whole lot of organizing back channels, and that's when we formulated these 5 points.
Yeah.
These
You
five
just named a
points.
lot of people that did a lot of heavy lifting. You just named a
Yeah,
lot of people.
but yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here being objective because I'm not about fame, I'm not about friends, I'm not about none of that. I'm about truth. So we had a lot of people that was doing a lot of things, and we were formulating this. And Dr. Deborah actually gave us the first interview, which is actually on this site right now. When y'all want to go on it, y'all want to go on it and see. Dr. Deborah gave us our first interview. The organizers, and she was the one that formulated us, had spaces, held spaces, told us how to do this, how to fundraise.
Yeah.
She supported us 100% and said, "I don't want no fame. I don't want no clout. I don't even want y'all to even tell nobody I'm helping y'all." Yeah, that's what type of time she was on. Yeah. Yeah, let's keep it a buck. She was like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna sit back." You know what I'm saying? And we held the .com on, and then once we got all of that formulated, then I had to do some massaging, people personalities, Immortal and Yaya. I was like, look, y'all.
Hey, slow down, because you brought up some that I had forgot, but I knew it was the reason I kept on remembering her because she did more than she like. You named a couple of other things she did, but she helped out a lot with her wisdom and expertise, and that was one of the things she helped, and she did that interview. Now, a lot of things get said about Tribe. They're gonna say everything about us. They're gonna say everything about Foundational Black Americans too. Black Americans, Negroes, whatever you want to call yourself these days, they're gonna look and say, them niggas right there. Whatever you want to call yourself, they're gonna hold this shit against us. So we have to I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. The interview. Yeah, so you have to be given an opportunity where nobody's trolling you and nobody's out to get you. They're just a genuine interviewer. They ain't for you, they ain't against you, and things of that nature, and get just a straightforward interview out of a person. And she did that for the Pull Up September 22 effort. She did that for that. That was a great interview. Everybody in there spoke well, representing several states, and I really appreciate her for that. And it is up on the website in case anybody want to see it.
And this is what I'm telling y'all. I'm being objective. If you don't like what I say, if it hits you wrong, I don't know what to tell you because I'm gonna tell the truth. What we saying right now is verifiable. Is receipts you can run right now. You can run these receipts right now. What I'm talking about right now. You can go to pullupseptember22.com because Mr. Immortal and me are kind of like I'm gonna say it. We tech whizzes out here in the Midwest. We've been running this shit. We don't even get paid for this shit. We don't even get paid.
I learned basic programming in junior high.
I learned basic programming. Yeah. So we don't get paid for this shit, but we been keeping.
I wasn't never, it wasn't like I was a total idiot on it, but
Yeah, but no, hold on. We've been holding websites open at our expense with no help. But people say we steal money. Okay. Yeah. I gotta say it. People say we steal money, but we work for free. Okay. I gotta drop it. Hey, I gotta drop it. All right. So in that process, in that process. Dr. Deborah helped us get these 5 points together. We smoothed it on out. We got the website together. We start bringing in these states. We start bringing in all the states because we had the 5 original states. Because I'm going to give props to the 5 original states. Missouri, California, New Jersey,
Indiana.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Chicago. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to them original states. They was out there. New Jersey, like I said, New Jersey, they was out there. We was out there. We had to reel everybody in. I'm gonna give everybody props. Niggas start telling nigga, pull up or shut up, nigga. Pull up or shut up. Stop. We stomping. The word stomp came out. The word stomp came out of the pull-ups. Brother Chef C said, let's stomp, put your boots on. Y'all ain't stomping. Pull up or shut up. That came up out of the pull-ups.
I told my nigga stomp, don't step, stomp. Fuck stepping. I told my nigga stomp. That's real shit.
He did that too. Hey, to give him his props. He did that too. I like how that turned out over there in Jersey. That was a good look. Shook the ground, made the motherfucker Clydesdales back up. They thought they was going to intimidate them, ride in on them, down on them on horseback, intimidate them with the black SUVs and all that. Man, that man stood out there strong and proud for his lineage. Most of everybody out there was black on both sides. You heard me? And so people point fingers at me. Well, I'm not perfect. And so if you point fingers at them people that are out there stomping, you ain't perfect neither. Nobody's perfect, but they did that. They did that like it's supposed to get done, like Jersey do it. So I appreciate them.
So let's bring it back. We got to start talking about the people. Be one. We're gonna talk about that. Okay. So in the midst of that, while we organizing, we had a young one, Zesty Elite, decided to start running back and forth with his partner Bitch Zilla, who the one that leaked my personal communication that has my son viral. He ginned up all this trouble, tried to make the tribe decide what B1 is, some shit that the tribe did not care about, wasn't talking about. All of a sudden, we got this whole beef with the new black media. Man, tribe wasn't. We what? I'm saying it. I'm a tribe affiliate. I'm not tribe. I'm outlaw media. I'm my own man. I learned that a long time ago. RICO charges. Anyway, yeah. All of a sudden, this whole shit start coming up about what is B1 and these weird ass questions, diverting situations all the way back to Mason, Tennessee. Like, what the fuck? Like, what we trying to do? Work. Let's back it up just a little bit. All of this stuff, like I said, we trying to jog memories. This stuff was in the middle of processing the pull-ups. Like June, July, y'all do y'all receipts. Y'all see when all of those spaces start happening. You know what I'm saying? When we were sitting here trying to, Jason Black wasn't fucking with Twitter Spaces. He wasn't doing none of that. But he had 3 days worth of Twitter Spaces. You know, and we had people putting batteries in a whole person back that's been directing Black American thought for like over 10 years. Interesting. COINTELPRO. All right, so yeah. Yeah. So we get into August, man. We get into August. Like I said, July, August, we had to pull up a shut up space. So am I missing anything, brothers? Because like I said, I'm trying to keep this space under 2 hours. We like an hour and 12 minutes in. Thank everybody for coming into the space. Tweet out the space, share the space. The space will be going on Conscious Outlaw YouTube and outlawmedia.com. It will be here. This is for eternity. This is for this is my digital legacy. My 6-year-old son to say, pick up the phone, hoe ass nigga, will be able
Wait a
to get
minute.
this
Wait a minute.
shit.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, man. Now, listen. My understand. Now, I don't want to pass this point without saying this. My understanding is that was a private communication. You were going through whatever you wanted to say, and the other person was trying to ghost you, trying to, now you had plenty to say before, but now that I'm trying to have a conversation with you, you acting like,
Yo, I can't hear y'all.
Yeah, you went out, Immortal. You went out, Immortal. Hold on, Mr. Engagement. So I'm gonna let me round out the room for a minute. Thank everybody that's sitting in this space strong with me. Thank you, Lioness Crown. Thank you, Gumbo. Thank you, Willa. Thank you, Last One Left. Thank you, Mr. Engagement. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Brandon from the soil of St. Louis. Thank you, John Henry. Thank you, Corey. Thank all y'all for sitting here. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. I'm gonna let y'all go, so y'all still can bring in the new year with your loved ones or whatever. But I just want to have this recap. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let a lot of people talk, but I gotta let my soldiers, the people I know face to face, pulled up, city council, Vino Vanelli, Sweet Science, Immortal Melon. I gotta let my brothers. Hey, I'm sorry. Call it what you want. You ain't nobody else getting a mic up in here. All right, I'm sorry, misengagement. Me and you just talked today. Me and you just talked today, man. I'm sorry, man. I just gotta bust it out like that. Hey, so this is what it is, man. We doing a year-end recap. I'm trying to be very kind, but I'm gonna be truthful. Actually, right now, I'm gonna go ahead and do the time check. It ain't accurate, but it is 10:14 Eastern Standard Time, 9:14 Central Standard Time, 8:14 Mountain Standard Time, 7:14 Pacific Standard Time. Outlaw Media time check. I don't know what temperature it is because I don't know what region you in. Time and temperature. So, what y'all? I'm sitting here getting this little space off. I had a little bit of energy I had to get off. So we entered August. No. Oh yeah. We finished off August. We had the Jason Black thing. I ain't gonna go into that too much about Jason Black. Sidebar. Let's talk about something else. Even though it was some disrespectful shit, I'm not finna spend a lot of time on it because, like I said, this is a recorded space, and I want y'all. I got a short attention spans. I want y'all to catch this and share this and all that. So Boom. September. Pull-ups happened. September pull-ups happened. From the beginning of September, the first person that started the pull-ups off was my brother A-Dub. Yeah, I talked to him on the back channels. He showed up at the Detroit Jazz Fest solo bolo. Some other people pulled up with him, but he ain't do nothing but take some flyers, a backpack, and his body. Didn't even get a permit, pulled up and started passing out literature about reparations and went live on Twitter for 3 days straight. That's what that man did. That man pulled up for 3 days straight. My partner A-Dub pulled up by himself, Detroit, Michigan, with nothing with some flyers and a backpack and went in. He went in. He went in. He went in. You know what I'm
He
saying?
he ended up passing out all his flyers. People came in to support him at the last, eventually or at some point. People came on in through the help, bruh, and he ended up passing out hundreds of flyers and infused the information that this struggle is still going on into the grassroots right there in Detroit in his community. Of course, it's Detroit, so it was well received. But shout out to A-Dub.
Yeah, shout out to A-Dub. So that's what happened. He kicked it off. My man A-Dub, I'm on the line with him right now. Talk to the brother very often. Y'all better stop playing with the outlaw. All right, anyway. So he pulled up. People start pulling up. Then
All the way in
after this,
September. I was gone for 2 minutes, man. Even went from July to September.
no, because July. No, I went from July and August because July and August kind of ran together, and I really don't want to harp on the Jason Black. I
We
ain't
don't
finna.
want to harp on it, and we don't have to. A lot of times it don't take word salad to understand something. Now I spoke earlier about how Tribe got a lot of notoriety from that space, and that even some of the new black media was tipping their hats. And then some people tried to come in and kind of infiltrate, and those same people who was found out to be disingenuous, they ended up being the ones that started that whole thing. And like I said earlier, it's so much been said back and forth till it ain't gonna be no, like, it ain't like niggas finna make up, but the facts and truth can be told about it. Dude started that. Like you were saying, when I left, Tribe wasn't tripping off what B1 meant at all. Because I remember Zesty asking him. He said, "Well, do you know?" He asked Bowie, "Do you know what a B1 mean?" He was like, "It mean Black American first." Yeah, that's what I'm on. That's what it means. He's like, "No, it don't mean that. It means a global conglomerate of the diaspora working for the Black American goals." And Bowie was like, "Okay, cool. You work who you want to work with. I'm only gonna be, for the foreseeable future, working with Black Americans. So that's what I'm standing on. So if B1 don't mean Black American, it means, all Black people that's working towards the goal of our goals, then I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about working, building a solid community of full Black American people for the most part, for mostly. Now I'm gonna let y'all hear what side of town I'm on. How I get down over this motherfucker. These niggas right outside my shit. You get to shooting too close, then shit. My people,
Yeah,
my people coming and going and shit. Motherfuckers get to popping in the wrong direction. Hey, look, motherfucker play games if they want to. I ain't wasting no ammo. But anyway, listen, these motherfuckers, yeah, Zesty and them, they started that. It was a sore spot. It was right. And yeah, I try to skip over that too, because in the middle of all this work being done, notice when every time it's some work being done, here comes the usual suspects, So we ain't got to harp on it. Be cool, man. We finna have a great next year. Just be cool with it, man. I ain't saying be cool with what was done, but just relax and chill and kick back and peep game, man. That's all I'm saying. For example, Twizzle, another unsung hero of the pull-ups. Another unsung hero. Donated his time, his expertise, his money. Also, I named some other people. That's another unsung hero is Twizzle. All right. There's some more of them, because there was a lot of people that helped us along the way. And anyway, man, so yeah, man, just put it like that's the way I would leave it with that, man, because the receipts is out there. And if cats start talking about it, that the receipt, we just show you the receipts.
This what I'm gonna do. We getting out halfway through the year. Twizzle, love you, brother. I know you probably been hitting me on the Instagram, whatever. Last one, all the lioness, all y'all. We gonna get through this, and I'm gonna open it up for y'all at the end. But I want to get through this and taking notes. If y'all have anything y'all want to go over, we'll touch on that. So like I said, this right now, this is an honest, no shade, objective space. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Yeah, I say if I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm not sitting here trying to do nothing but sit here and have a real man, real Black American recount of this last year. You know what I'm saying? So, we about let's see, look at the time. We're an hour and 22 minutes into this space. So we should be able to have a little time to open it up for anybody that wanna talk about anything. So get your notepad out. I had to learn to get my notepad out when I first started coming in space. I'm reading off a notepad right now. You know what I'm saying? So this
Hey,
where
hey, I don't mean to be rude, but Liz, man, but I point out that, but it would be remiss of me, because we can point out how Jason Black came through kind of, then he came through kind of rude and sloppy. He like a drill sergeant. He like a drill sergeant you meet at boot camp. Like, you're like, get in here, you maggot. That's him. So whatever else you want to think of him, remember that. You know what I'm saying? Remember that part too. That dude, as far as his what he say on social media. So, but to his credit, on the other end of it, Tribe then was making all the noise about Marcel. Let's keep it a buck. A little bit of noise might have been made about him. Tribe made a lot of noise about him. even up until the point where Jason Black did allow um, Marcel to come onto his platform, and Jason Black really went hard on really.
Hold on, Morty. I'm glad you said that because I almost skipped past it because I remember if anybody knows, I was dealing with Marcel in January before 30K Space. So during that time, yeah, Marcel was campaigning stomping the whole time. And people was getting behind him because he was the exact only first reparationist candidate. No matter what you think about him now, before, and then, whatever, we got behind him because he was speaking our language.
Yeah, facts. He was speaking our language, standing on black business when he spoke to us. And we, you know how Tribe do it. You're gonna grill you now. I'm gonna ask you all kind of questions. Gonna see how you're gonna react. You know how we do it. But anyway, uh, I peeped that from as far as I could tell, from the information that I could see, Tribe made all that noise for Marcel. Yeah, he might have been doing whatever he was doing before that, but when I say Tribe, I mean people who answered the call to secure the tribe. Other people have answered other calls. You got to have the vernacular. You got to have the media. They outlaw our media, and we got to have all these pieces to put it together. You heard me? And keep it going. Don't never stop. It's an immortal struggle that it will not stop until we are free. Period. But as far as I did notice that Jason Black did allow Marcel to come onto his program. He grilled Marcel. He grilled Marcel pretty much kind of almost like we did. Not quite, but pretty close. And Marcel came through that. And then as a result, his campaign funding, got a real good boost. And then the next thing you see him with, featured on Tariq's program too. So a lot of times people be affecting what's going on, and you want a person to jump out and say, "Well, you want them to give you the type of attention that you want from them," but that's rare. Okay, that's rare in the real world. In the perfect world, yeah. In the real world, motherfuckers out here doing what they gonna do for themselves first and foremost. From what I've learned, I could have been a millionaire if I was one of those. It's about 5% of us that ain't. But in any case, I noticed that was a great boost and a great push forward for his campaign and what he did. Uh, and that started with influencing people to really take a look at Jason, to really take a look at Marcel and listen to him, at least speak to him. And it gave him a wider audience to the point where he was able to get into the new black media. So you already changing shit. You want people to uh, acknowledge you in a certain way. They already acknowledging. You see what I'm saying? The motherfuckers done heard you. You don't have to wave your arms and shit to get their attention. You had their attention. Still got it, but I know it's sour. I know, and like I said earlier, I know a lot of bridges have been burned, and that's unfortunate. Because think of how far we could be if that had not happened, and if pettiness and jealousy had not been ruled the day and really ruined a lot of things that could happen. We could have had all 50 states doing pull-ups, all 50 states culminating in more rallies. And I ain't gonna get too cocky, but yeah, we could have did 50 states and DC if it wasn't for and it all culminating and turning into, that was my vision, see it culminate and turn into this snowball effect. But yeah, back to that part of it. Yeah, man, that was a pretty rough time because it came right on the heels of successfully presenting Marcel to the new black media. Keep it a buck. You wasn't
Okay.
interviewing. They weren't interviewing Marcel. They weren't fucking with Marcel. They didn't
Uh,
know about Marcel. They probably didn't know.
No. Let me hold it down. So, Bitch Dilla, my nemesis, he brought Marcel on his, Jason Black, him and Tariq started gelling. I had actually on Marcel's election day, I had an 8 hour space. While everybody else was talking about what it meant to be black, I had an 8 hour space and galvanizing people for Marcel, sending people to Marcel, you know, all of that. That day when he was going up against Clyburn, find your go back. The receipts is there. I had an 8 hour space for Marcel with his name in there to be telling people go vote, go get the don't let them take your vote and do bullshit with it, all of that. Then all of a sudden Clubhouse Indians start coming out of the woodwork, start talking about what is black and this and that, and I'm like, oh my god, why are y'all
I mean,
talking about?
hey, they definitely got to be a side note. Them niggas wild.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta pull this out right now. Okay, I'm not trying to do shade. Not trying to do shade. Well, I'm gonna sit here and say I'm not trying
Just
to
be objective, man. Just
do.
be objective.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it objective. At the time is 10:39 Eastern Standard Time, 9:39 Central Standard Time, 8:39 Mountain Standard Time, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. Outlaw Media time check. 30 minutes. We hour and 30 minutes into the build. We talking. We done made it to like August, July, but it's a important thing that happened in August and July that we kind of skipping over. We talked about the Jason Black and all of that stuff like that. We talked about Marcel and all of that. But in the midst of that, we started understanding that a lot of people wasn't getting on board, and it started being a lot of angst. And in the back channels, there were the organizers. The first five organizers had a back channel, and we said, we what we gonna do is we're gonna talk to one of the big. Hold on, I gotta mute it because I gotta mute it. What happened was we had a discussion. The main organizers, we said, New Jersey, California, Missouri, Indiana. Yeah, we said, you said, you know what? We ain't getting enough pushback. We ain't getting enough help. We need some help. But you know what? Let's be business about this. We know it's a guy named Tariq Nasheed that push out a lot of he pushes out a lot of content for years. He pushes out a lot of content. And he has a weekly live, and he just shot the price list to people in the tribe, and we can actually buy some time, and we can do the pull-ups. We can actually give him some money to push the pull-ups. But between the organizers and people that understand business, because reparations is business. It's business of Black Americans. It's a workplace situation. I don't care if you're a woman or a man. If you're a Black American woman, if you're a Black American man, this is business. This is a workplace situation. If a person that has a platform, they can push your message, you pay that man. Well, that ain't happened. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. And after that didn't happen, a lot of other things did happen. A lot of other things did happen.
Man, you talk about pivotal moments. You talk about pivotal moments because, like I say, we're gonna try to keep it objective. So ain't nobody trying to argue with you how you feel about Tariq. Really, I don't give a fuck. And nobody wants to argue with you about how you feel about anybody. This ain't the argument space. We just giving you an account of soldiers in the field. You heard me. That hurt. That was one of the, you talking about a pivotal moment where there was an opportunity. Now I ain't gonna let's not with this situation here, let's not just throw the names around. It's enough to just say the situation. We don't have to, you know, throw the names around. We'll keep it straight like that. Grab my shit. Anyway, we'll keep it straight like that.
Straight like
Hey, so there was an opportunity to go ahead and get that done for pennies. Literally, I have to get less exposure as we would have got from that deal to promote the pull-ups. Okay, just point your shit up, right? Man, these niggas wild. Hold on, let me just close my door.
situation. There was
My people coming and going, and as they come and go, I gotta make sure they egress and entrance is cool, because cats just out here and they tripping and they probably don't even know how to shoot a gun. So anyway, opportunity missed. Pennies. I remember going to Post Dispatch, Real Front Times, back when I was younger. I had business ventures I was doing. I needed advertisement. And I would go, and a full page ad would come out to like $800-900 for a full page ad that, didn't speak specifically to my audience. It's just a wide range. It's a wide net. Well, here we had pennies on that. I'm not going to even name. It was less than $200 to run for. If I can remember, I don't even want to get the numbers. It was pennies to run for a certain amount of time.
Nah. We gonna say it. It was pennies to run this shit for a whole month before the pull-ups. We ain't have to do nothing but throw pennies to get advertised weekly. Pennies. 10,000 pennies.
The man didn't even charge us 10,000 pennies. Now, if you want to say to hell with Tariq and all that, that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about all that. But I'm just telling you what happened. Listen, that's what happened. The nigga said, okay, let me shoot you. It was communications came through. Well, the nigga shoot you a price list. Oh, we can give you for a month. Right before the month before, it was in August. The month before the pull up, the offer was made. It was like, okay, and the offer was turned down. And that I did what I could to make that happen, and Conscious did too. But at the end of the day, if we ain't just like, we have to work together. We can't really be working against each other. So if a decision made that that's not the route that we're going to take this time, then I had to, just deal with it. But damn, that was a missed opportunity. Think about that. Think about that for a minute. Every time Tariq do a weekly show, you see the numbers he do. Then, he do commercials on the weekly. There it is, pull-ups. Pull-up September 2022. Bloodline business. We talking about reparations. We talking about immigration reform. We talking about child protective services reform to protect our children. We talking about we could have had that, bam, every week. Let's keep it a buck. I've been listening to the New Black Media for like years now. So where you think a lot of the support came from? I'm just saying it was a missed opportunity. Let me keep it simple, not put too much of my frustration into it. That was a missed opportunity. It was no reason A-Dub was supposed to be out there by himself. Now, I take my hat off to him, and I give him the 21 gun salute for being a soldier regardless. But there was no reason for that. It had any nigga that cared about reparations and it was a full Black American should have been, known about it or around him. And you could have done that with that platform. You could have done that with that platform. See what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how you feel. Hey, this business, I go to work every day. I work for a fucking living. And I don't like half the motherfuckers there. And most of them don't like me. So what the fuck are we talking about? The business of the people. That's what we're talking about. And you can tell that I feel some type of way about this missed opportunity. But yeah, it was pennies, man. Pennies to get that word out the month before. We could have flooded St. Louis would have even had to pull up in that if that had happened. But St. Louis is a different animal. You know what I'm saying? Like different cities, we different too. It's different over here too. In any case, I can't be out here, you know what I'm saying, half stepping. Now, if we're gonna do this goddamn thing, we need real nigga support. And you could find a lot of people of like mind through that resource. And I just feel like we should have took that opportunity. I think if we had taken that opportunity, a lot of things would have turned out even better. Because at the end of the day, a lot, we did, soldiers, we're gonna get the mission accomplished. But it's just, that art of war say, the art of war says, if you win the battle, but you came home tired, lost half your troops, over budget, that ain't no great general. The great general can win the battle, almost without fighting. So, I don't know. That hurt me. When we didn't take advantage of that, it did hurt me, And I ain't got no illusions about no individual. See, people try to make business about one person. I don't believe in all that. Fuck all that. Another unsung hero, Kels. Kels, the reason why a lot of this stuff is documented is because of people like Kels. So shout out to him. We gonna shout out the unsung heroes as they roll in and out up in this jam.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me talk about Alabama. Let me talk about Bama. Let me talk about Bama. Bama was the first pull up after Detroit. 2-man. We went from 1-man to 2-man. Bama pulled up. My baby mama lived in Montgomery. Bama pulled up, printed their own shirts, stood out in their city hall, educate. Kel got my number. Kel ain't call. Yeah, Kel, you ain't called me in a couple of weeks, man. Call me, man. Hey, hey, look, y'all better stop playing. Y'all better stop playing. Hey, it's getting to be that time. Hey, it's 9:40 Central Standard Time, but I'll bring it on back. I ain't gonna do the time check just quite yet. But yeah, Third Coast, holla at your boy. They pulled up 2 men. 2 men, not caring what's gonna go happen to them. 2 men pulled up. 2 men, 2 Black American men pulled up. They tried to get permits. They got hated on. All of that. They did all of that. But they did what they did. You know what I'm saying? They did what they did.
Hey,
All the time. Go ahead. Go ahead.
They did that damn thing. That they jumped right on. Look, they got it cracking, man. And it's interesting that it is little background stories, and as history comes back to us, one day the historian is going to want to know what had happened. And then Kels will be like, look, we tried to get the permit. We did this and that. This is what happened when we went out and all this. Yeah, they had them laws on Kels then, but was that last one left was with him? Who was with him?
No, that was Third Coast.
Third Coast
Third
and Kels.
Kels was out there, just them two, dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Dynamic duo by themselves out there educating. They had the second pull up after A-Dub had kept rolling in Detroit. See, we keeping a real account on this. My fault. I just got a phone call. But so let me push this forward because we're getting into it. We getting close to the 2-hour mark. So let's see. September, the pull-ups happening. We had Detroit, we had Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So in October, that start. Let me not skip past September. September was powerful. So at the end of the day, after September was over with, over half of the United Snakes of America, Black Americans, went outside. At the end of September, regular Regular people pulled up, went, got permits, did what they had to do, stood where they had to stand, where it was legal. No one got hurt. No one got hurt. Everyone went home safely and is still here to talk to you right now. Everyone completed the mission. Mission Impossible was completed. The mission that everybody that didn't think was gonna happen happened.
Oh no, y'all gonna get hurt. Y'all, they gonna jump down on y'all. You niggas gonna get in a heap of trouble. And what did we do? We was like, well, they're gonna have to bring some trouble. A lot of people was handle security. That was one of the most important things to us, is make sure that we pulled this off in a way that no one was harmed. Didn't want a death, and it's, thank God, because so many things could have went wrong. But yeah, you're right, man. That September thing hit different. That September thing hit different, and believe it or not, and people may disagree, but I know somewhere out there were others who was inspired by what we did, and others have taken on projects and initiatives now after seeing that. I noticed that a lot of the same people who was telling us, "Oh, you gonna get hurt in a heap of trouble." As soon as they seen we did it, then all of a sudden it was cool. It was cool now. You gonna try to do it? I didn't notice no black vans at they shit, but a lot of people did.
Hold on, pause. Hold
I
on,
didn't
pause.
notice no snipers at they shit, but a lot of people did.
Yeah, hold on, pause. Because I sure do remember when we pulled up in Gary, Indiana. 3 people, magic number. 3 dudes with the signs and the city council meeting. We walked in there. When we walked in there, we had to have a COVID mask on. They didn't want to see a black dude with his locks pulled up to the top and his face masked up with some signs saying reparations delineation. They didn't want to see that. They told us to walk to the front. Then they stopped my brother and said, "Hey, what you doing?" The mayor stopped this whole meeting. The mayor stopped this whole meeting. They said, "What y'all doing?"
Dude was shook. Now, to his credit, I would be concerned. I would be. If I was him, I would be concerned because we weren't smiling. We weren't happy. We were focused. Uh, we had an air of determination about ourselves. And here was a council meeting in a hella majority black town. And you that you decided to limit the promotion of, because you already had people invited, which was the very small population of representatives of the very small population of the white community in Gary. So they was in there dividing up the pie family, straight up and down, finna just divide up the pie. They didn't even hold it in a place where normally you would see our people, or whatever. So yeah, man, I wish Vino was in here to tell, tell his story, because I can't do it justice. Because when we walked in that motherfucker, they was shook. They was like, "What in the hell is this?"
Hold on, Mortal. So I do remember we decided to go to Gary, Indiana, probably about after the pull-ups, and we had been organizing pull-ups for months. We had the website up and all that. We decided to go to Gary, Indiana at the last minute. We decided we pulling up in Gary, Indiana. We pull up in Gary,
Well,
Indiana.
I had made that plan to go there, but you was going so many different places, and because of turn of events, you said, "Well, I'll roll with you," and my family was greatly appreciative of that. They was like, "You finna go to Gary? You finna go? What, you going by yourself? You gonna do what?" Listen, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm finna go do it. Y'all already know what it is." I've been like this. My family know, but they worry about me, and they really appreciated the fact that I didn't have to go by myself. And like I say, it was some extenuating circumstances that you had, and it ended up where you could come. But I had already planned to go to Gary.
Okay, so Vino pull back in. I'm gonna hit him up with the invite, and before he comes in here, I want him to be a witness because when we was in the Walmart, we went to Walmart, we made them signs, and we was educating, and when we went in there, when I do remember when we went in there, it was nothing but regular cars. By the time we left out of that meeting, motherfucking SWAT team wanted to jump out the ceiling on niggas.
Look, as we was moving, headed the way out, they was coming in. The white boys, see, they sit there in the white boys then. Them white boys, them white boys, them was the ones jumped out that van. See, when we went up there, security, Gary, Indiana police. And shout out to Gary, Indiana police, because they didn't like what we were doing. I ain't gonna say they was against us, but I could look in their face. I know you don't like this. They posted up on us, and each one of us had a century posted up on us, man, and they didn't like it. But to their credit, they didn't fuck with us because of the ancestors. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna tell this part, and then I'm gonna shut up and let Vino go. Because when we walked in that motherfucker, Vino, his oratory, man, shook their ass. Not only was they shook from the sight of us, but his oratory too. But before we went to the pull-ups, I had the great honor and pleasure to once again visit my great grandmother's gravesite. That woman helped raise me. She took care of me the whole 3 months of my first 3 months of my life. She was the one that took care of me. Born in 1907, and I asked her to pray for me once again because we really not taking no for an answer. So anyway, the ancestors was with us like
Yeah,
that.
hold on. We stretching this out. We coming up on a 2 hour mark. Vino grab the mic, but before he grabbed the mic, I gotta hear some sweet science. Somebody need to give me a clip of that. Leaving a talking like, what y'all scared to try? What y'all do with all these guns? Jumped up out the box, I was right back to the business. Hit the bitch with the block, told her good riddance. But I can't front, I kinda miss a twat when I'm in my feelings. When I think about this shit, my whole life I've been a villain. Fuck it, G.O. and get it what they know me as. We gon' rush them at the goal line, fuck if they throw a flag. Bro just popped up out the cut with another cutter. I'm a motherfucker. Who taught you about guns and butter? Niggas be bitching up, no tolerance for switching up. I know real steppers, they ain't asking folks to pick them up. I went cross country on this quest to get my digits up. State to state, moving places, getting my fitness up. Afro tried to talk them racks, but can't get on the bus. Mr. Plummer was elevated till the nigga got flushed. The Subaru Crip said she need a nigga who gon' bust. Targa Bay ran through the crowd and the nigga didn't get touched. Shout out to D-Tub, and keep them clips nipped and tucked. Everybody wanna be eagle-eyed till they wings get plucked. Sir Monkey took 500 racks soon as them links went up. Handcuffing innocent women, he ain't blinked out once. You two could be FBA if you don't think too much. Let's recall the things that happened after drinks with Puff. 2 new Gucci Bear cartoons, I think he's a little touched. But I guess politics just like this Dylan, huh? No tangibles, no vote, you making them feel it, huh? Remixing ideologies like chickens, huh? I guess it's a sweet science to this grifting, huh? Look at all you hoes. Y'all keep on taking that oil money. Break me off a little cheddar. Stable efficiency. I'm one of the 5 pimps in history to actually have a book about the game. That's why I'm so well known around the country. Besides my technical tendencies. How do they ride for you when they don't acknowledge you? Send people to follow you, building a file on you. Look what them dollars do. Pimps and prostitutes, pimps and prostitutes. That's what they pile up to. I told her new year, new me. I'm Lord Abba now.
I told that bitch drop a donation, throw some dollars down. Cash up Venmo, if you ain't paid, then we can't pal around. You gotta pay rent or you're breaking the museum or you taking it down. It's the original Tether Pack Smoker, but I had to put this shit down. Facebook lied to you, Google lied to you, Elon lied to you, even though all my checks blew. Pimps and prostitutes, that's what it pile up to. I told her Louis knew me, I'm Marcus Sanders now.
Pimps in history to actually have a book about the game. That's why I'm so well known around the country. Besides my impeccable pimping skill.
Yeah. So, Bino, you want to expound upon our situation in Gary when they was jumping up out them ceilings on us?
Oh man, it was what it was, man. You know, you pulled up, made them uncomfortable, man. They thought it was safe, and that was on the video on the Periscope stream. That was the first thing I said. Like, oh yeah, they think it's safe. So you know, yeah, you walk in there and it's the coast is all clear, but shoot, after we opened our mouths, really, not even really before I said anything, it was already looking like, hey, who are they? So yeah, man, they had to keep folks uh real abreast of that situation, man. They ran up behind Conscious, they ran up on Immortal. Hey, look, um, it was some Tahoes out there when we left out. So shit, go on, let them know about that.
Shit, Vino told them niggas, told them cause they looking scared. Look, cause Vino trying to be humble. Listen, Vino told them motherfuckers, listen, we want reparations. Uh, reparations is owed, and here you are, not talking about it over here. I'm paraphrasing. This is not his words exactly, but that's what the man straight told him it's about reparations. They tried to.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah, what it
Hold on. I gotta mute you. I was there, so I gotta mute you. I'm sorry. These motherfuckers was talking about. These motherfuckers was talking about a fourth COVID booster shot in that goddamn meeting. Do y'all remember? They was talking about COVID booster shots at Gary, Indiana, and we came in there and shook their goddamn world.
Yeah, it was about the second booster. They were like, yeah, so we got a physician. They tried to bring the little coon physician up there. Um, and he looked over. He said, oh, what you doing here? Oh yeah, we here for reparations. You ain't, if y'all here and you ain't discussing a reparations plan, a real black agenda, then you ain't talking about nothing. Um, and he had to step and correct his posture when speaking to real black Americans because he thought he was only talking to three people. I said, no, you only see three people. It's 50 million people with this same demand. So, you all of y'all gonna be held accountable. You ain't gonna be able to sit in these little meetings with 15, 20 people and make decisions for entire black American towns like y'all been doing for 50, 60 years in our communities. It's not gonna happen. So he saw that. That's what he saw. He saw accountability. Like it probably took me a minute to realize when he looked at us, he saw accountability. He said, "Oh shit, the chickens that came home to roost."
Hey, Vino had that look because the first they gonna try intimidation. Intimidation didn't work worth a shit. They was like, because the next thing they were gonna have to do is escalate because we really stopped we stopped it. Whatever they was talking about, and once Vino started talking, they weren't talking about that no more. The whole subject has changed, and they tried to uh, antagonize us. and whatever. But Vino was roasting. I ain't gonna say roasting him, but Vino was laying down the law to the mayor, and the mayor had already conceded. And the mayor was like, "Shit, well, let me just talk to you." Hey, Vino finna go smooth in on Cuz. I was like, "Chill, Vino. You got these motherfuckers scared." Plus the vans. I knew it was about
He
time for the van.
said, now let's not forget, man. He came up, he said, give me your number, I'll shoot you a text. I said, no, give me your number. We gonna call you. We gonna call you and let you know next time we gonna be there if we got demands. So yeah, that's how this go. You work for us. You not no, don't call us, we'll call you in real life.
Exactly. Exactly. Let me jump in here. See, that's what the problem came in because when he starts sending in the white boys behind the mortal, and I'm sitting here with the camera, and the man try to slide up on Bino, and he see me walking up. They say, hold up." And
Yeah.
this gonna go. Hey, we don't know what these niggas can do. We didn't frisk them. We don't know what they got on them.
Because if they had to
Let's
put their
calm down.
hands on us, if they had to put their hands on us and they're doing our civic duty, we did everything we had a right to do. You see white people do this all the time. And if them niggas had to put listen, if they had to put their hands on us, we are not Martin Luther King, to put it like that. We not that. Bless his heart. Peace and blessings be upon that ancestor. But we not him. Not like that. We ain't taking no ass whoopings. We didn't come to hurt nobody, and we damn sure ain't finna let nobody hurt us. And I think they understood it because, like you said, man, they was gonna try to encircle Vino because he was the vocal one. And as soon as that one dude, they put the century on Vino, and then Conscious moved into position. I said, "Oh shit, here we go." And then, but to their credit, they showed some restraint because, like Vino say, "Oh, you think it's just us?" No, it's 50 million of us that's on this right here. We got to have this. So, you know, when you get through, hey, they whole posture changed when he said that. When you give them that hey, it's 50 million of us, they whole posture changed. And as far as continuing to move in on us, but I saw you, Conscious, man. I pointed that shit out. As soon as they moved in on V, that's what the fuck we was there for. You're not finna just, because he said the truth to power. You're not finna just snatch him up, do whatever you want, all this. You're not finna lie on him and all this. No, we're gonna. I can now.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I hit the button at 10 o'clock because it ain't midnight shit. It's still 2022. So I know a lot of people ain't hanging in here. A lot of people jumping in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like this is for posterity. We kind of get drawn out about the situation what we was doing, but we about to round it on out. We about to round it on out. We just had to center ourselves, yeah. Because what we did was that three man pull up, that cigarette run, that cigarette run, that cigarette run was more powerful than your concert, nigga.
Oh, see there, we was keeping it objective, but you are in fact correct because a great many good things, constructive things, are going to come out of what we three did. That's for sure. That's for certain. I ain't trying to be long winded, but uh, uh, Bino winning that motherfucker like a boss, took boss control of the situation. That's what the fuck happened.
So yeah, so that's where we at. So yeah, we gonna round it out. Hey, so we done made it to. I'm looking at my. Okay, so we done made it to October. So through this whole time while I'm on the road, yeah, Sir Monkey was doing his damn thing. That nigga Sir Monkey was running a goddamn muck. That motherfucking Sir Monkey That's Sir Hollow Man. That's Sir. Let me get some money out of Ferguson. And if you ever come to St. Louis, it's not gonna be good for you. You BLM scammer ass monkey. You albino monkey. Yeah. During that time, I was rolling through your town, brother. I was rolling through your town on a Greyhound, calling you out, saying where you at. My organizer in Ohio. Yeah, I'm making you a sandwich, son. Go sit down. Sorry. Yeah, that's somebody that's like gonna be like 10 times worse than me. Keep on playing. Anyway, yeah, Sir Monkey had this thing going on. I was at that nigga, tweeting that nigga, telling nigga to come outside. My organizer, I'm not gonna put him out there right now. We said we in your city, Sir Monkey. Come outside, Sir Monkey. Mister, come steal a $30 million from Ferguson, Missouri, and think I ain't gonna come see about you. Come on now. Yeah, all that whole time when we pulling up, I'm sorry, I had Sir Monkey on my mind.
Hey, don't finish that sandwich. Don't tell him shit, family, because just like you said, yeah, he was running amok. He was running amok. He was running amok. That was a jacked up part of my year. I regret this part of my year because Sir Monkey called himself gonna go run down a sister by the name of April Shower. Now, April Shower, I don't have no problem with April Shower, but I thought I did. So I went in, and Sir Monkey was going in on April Shower. Dude, literally, that dude's spirit. Like, that's why some of these motherfuckers be on these Twitter apps and listening to other people talk. Let a motherfucker talk long enough, you'll figure out what the fuck they own. You see what I'm saying? So that nigga talked for like 3 or 4 minutes. And I was mad at her at the moment because I thought she had messed up a deal for me, but actually she kept me from getting into a bad deal. That's what actually was going on, because of the ancestors. But in any case, I go into the space. This is the only time I, was given a mic in a certain major space for real that I can remember. The first time, anyway. Going this motherfucker, he going in on this lady. I'm like, okay. Listen to him for a little bit. He was like, well, what? Is she doing any work in the community? I'm mad at her, right? I'm like, yeah, she doing some work, because I'm thinking I'm up for to say some shit, right? But his spirit, man, that dude's spirit is broken. It's poisoned, and it just, the empath in me just let me know, nah. See, that's a lesson for those who listen to this. Just because you mad at somebody and another person is mad at that same person, that don't mean jump in bed with that person. No, that don't work. You must know, the art of war say you must know what another entity or individual's designs are before you can ally with them. It don't matter that they mad at the same person you mad at. It matters what are they trying, what do they want? Why do they want it? How they plan on to get it? And what's going to be the constructive result? So you gotta measure it like that. And I looked at this motherfucker. I'm like, hell to the no. I told him, I listened to him talk for a couple of minutes. I said, man, shut your bitch ass up. And man, blocked me for months because once I said that, I started cooking his ass. And I ain't gonna get into the whole conversation, but he started talking. I said, dude, you not tough. You not, because he's talking tough to me. You not tough. You ain't in these streets at all, any of that. So let's stop capping. And he proceeded to, in order to prove his street cred, he starts talking about all these agencies and officers that know him, literally. Oh, you can ask Officer so and so at the Georgia Bureau of Investigation about me, and you can ask down at the sheriff office about me, and I was like, damn, you got I can go to the alphabets and ask about your street cred, how dope you is on these streets. Damn, usually that ain't the way that work, but okay. And I've been roasting that fool ever since, and for good reason, because I see the works that he do. So fuck him and the horse he rode in on, and that's why. See, y'all don't know. It's a lot to be real. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real with people. It's a lot to put your personal feelings aside and try to see the other people's point of view, even if you disagree. So that's why, I can't be mad at Vino for that sweet science, because you can't keep letting people like Sir Major put points on the board. You can't. You just can't.
Hold on, Immortal. So I'm gonna round it out. Hey, look, y'all. So this is what it is. We've been in this space a little 2 hours and 8 minutes. I know people, Black Americans have a short attention span. You can request a mic all the fuck you want.
Everybody got, not just us, everybody got.
Hold on. You can request a mic all the fuck you want. The niggas that's speaking is only finna be speaking till I decide to open it up. Real talk. It's some powerful people in this room. It's some unsung heroes in this room. We done made it to October. I want to go through the pull-ups through September. We're not finna go through that because a lot of people did a lot of good things in September. I'm not finna shit on nothing nobody did when they came outside. I'm not finna do that. Niggas that came outside later on, after we inspired you, okay, good. I'm glad. Clap your hands. Find a negative tweet. Yeah, Vino, I see there. Keep coming back in. Don't worry about it. I got you. This recorded. Yeah, I got some powerful people in here. So what I do know, so we done made it to like I said, I want to keep it short because it's going on my media page. This is going on my Outlaw Media, ConsciousOutlawMedia.com. It's going on my YouTube. I want to keep the attention span short. I know this is going to get a lot of replays. I did 10,000 pennies also on my YouTube to recount the what happened after the pull-ups. That was a 7-hour space and it was long. A lot of people didn't listen to it, but it vindicated a lot of things because it's a lot of rumors. It's a lot of rumors about people taking money, stealing money, a lot of ancillary people that didn't have shit to do with shit. Long story to the short, we're gonna we gonna round this out because I want everybody that's in this room that's been rocking with us in live time to get a chance to ask any questions, clarifications, anything like that. So we down to November. We down to Sir Major being Tariq's best friend and Sweet Science. We just played that earlier. Sweet Science dropped in November. Sir Major is Tariq's best friend. Zesty Lee is Tariq's best friend. All the people that are unsavory are Tariq's best friend. Yeah. All right, dude. All right. Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say best friend, but damn, like I said earlier, for a person who have guard they brand the way that they do, it's uncanny that someone like Sir Major, who would never get any traction anywhere, was able to get a mic in his room so often and speak so freely with his little Eddie Haskell ass. Yeah, he kept just keep getting. You can't keep letting this dude build himself up off of you, cause it's gonna hurt you. I've been saying that. It ain't nothing new. That's why I've been going in on certain majors, SD. These people, just cause a person a good moderator don't make him a good person. And I know most good moderators are good people, but it's not necessarily so, family. Some of these people, I'm gonna be a moderator and then I'm gonna get shine off of this person's name because see, I know this person and I know that. Now, fuck all that. What do you know about these reparations? Who do you know that's gonna help me get that and how? But yeah, man, you can't. That's a lesson. It's gonna be a lesson. It's a sad lesson because when you get people like that around you, you listening to Adonis, when you listen to Sir Major, when you listen to what's the other one? When you listen to that, and this ain't no diss to this ain't no diss.
Zilla.
Tell it like it is.
Yeah.
When you
Big Zilla. Yeah. Sir Monk. People that actually, you know what? Hold on, I gotta mute the room. Hey, you know what the most fucked up shit I ever seen in my life? The reason what made me really pull back was when one day I was in a room and I saw Naheem, I saw Stepper, I saw Sir Monkey all in the room. These niggas was like Tell me your case number, nigga. These niggas was ready to trade case numbers.
They trying to see which agency you work for. Because I'm on this mission. Sometimes, ain't you ever seen in the movies where the feds will come in and the local state cops will be wanting control of jurisdiction or some shit? That's what they do. They ain't really mad at each other. They just like, don't step on my jurisdiction. Don't do my jurisdiction. Oh, I got this badge. Oh, I got this one. I got this. That's how they do. That's all that was. They not mad at each other about nothing at all. Just like Big Lowski. Big Lowski told me, why? I went in his room. Why? Oh, it was cool last week. Last week you was on whatever your handlers had gave you, and you was fucked up, and you and your boy fell out. Now I know when them pills wear off that you're gonna get back with him, but in the meantime, while you fucked up over here, tell me what I want to know. And he did. So he gets all kind of dirt on this fool. So it's no question. It's no question. This individual, God help him. This individual is someone who is sorely compromised. He's only ever nothing never gonna come from working with him. Nothing good is gonna come from working with Afro Elite. It's not. And I know a lot of people like him. No, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. I didn't do that to him. We live in a system of white supremacy, and everybody ain't gonna make it. And that's one that the boy got in some trouble somewhere along the line. He even admitted in his stuff. A lot of the people who take up for people like Afro Elite or Sir Major, they don't even listen to their content. They just take up for them. Don't even listen to what they're saying. But yeah, but you know what, fam? In the interest, because not just black people, all people have a attention deficit thing happening. So you might have to do a part 2, and I'll do it with you, man.
All
We'll do
right.
it.
So it's 11:15 Eastern Standard Time, 10:15 Central Standard Time, 9:15 Mountain Standard Time, 8:15 Pacific Standard Time, December 31st. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining Outlaw Media Year in Review. What will be revered? Demons, angels, we don't know. Let's figure this shit out. So I'm about to open up the floor because we pretty much came to the end right now. The last most recent thing happened was in December. We had a situation with the NOI. We had a person that doesn't have a lot of brains. We have a person that has a ramen noodle pack for brains. Get a battery put in his back. And he came out and crashed out on trial for like 2 days straight. Um, we don't. I don't want to go in too much for that. I'm just a observer or whatever like that. I don't want to say who did what or who was wrong what, but I'm not gonna get into that because I know one thing. I know when I was in Cleveland pulling up. And this is an Outlaw Media Year in Review, what will be revealed exclusive. Yeah, when I pulled up in Cleveland, Ohio, me and my friend Marcus had a conversation, a closed door, protected conversation with the NOI. And all I do know is I'm safe. I'm here with this space with y'all right now. I do know that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna go any further with that, making any assumptions you want. But I'm gonna open up the floor. But I do want to say this one last thing before I shut this down because 3 is a magic number. We're gonna have a few minutes to get this 3 hour space in here. Indiana, Missouri, Mocan, Chicago. We didn't take no money from nobody. It's a rumor going around that people stole, grifted, took, did this and did that. If you want to listen to my space, all I know is I went, this poor little man, this poor little toothless man that they like to talk about, I went like about $600 in the hole for my people. I went $600 in the hole for my people while I got grandchildren and children. You know what I'm saying? I went in the hole for my people, but I get shitted on, talked about, said I'm this, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? And I get discouraged. But I got good people around me. I got good people around me that say, don't get discouraged, keep pushing. Keep doing what you do, because at the end of the day, we gonna get it. So I'm gonna open up the I'm gonna open up the space. Anybody throw a request out. I'm gonna shoot mics out. Leon, you asked for a mic. I want you to talk. Vino, let's round it out. I'm shooting you a mic. Lioness, I'm shooting you a mic. Anybody, let's round this on out. Purple Dog, my organizer that pulled up with me. I'm gonna shoot you a mic. Let's talk.
Dog, another unsung hero who we haven't mentioned this evening. Another integral part of making all of this happen. It was many moving pieces that go with this. We talked about Leon earlier. I wish he was in here. But this is the replay, Leon. You get to hear, nigga, we ain't forgot you. St. Louis, do not forget. You out there in Philly, nigga, we don't forget. Philly State keeps it real. Hey, all the time. We ain't forgot you at all. You know what I'm saying? And so you got a pull up unsung hero award, and so did Purple Dog and a few others. It's on the playback, but I'm gonna shut it up.
Go ahead, Linus. You got your mic. Thank you for staying in here. Did you have anything you want to add? How are you doing? Thank you very much for staying in
Peace,
here.
absolutely. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the space, and shout outs to you, Brother Conscious, Brother Immortal, Brother Vino. I see Sister Katie just rolled up, and other folks. It was really good for me to just listen to a year, what happened, from a different perspective over the past year on this app. I didn't come on until like April or May, and I was pretty quiet at first, but it put a lot of things into perspective for me because I just saw a lot of rooms and rooms and rooms. Some of the rooms I participated in and I didn't. So I was grateful for just be able to listen and then to also hear y'all reflect on certain things, from your perspective, what went well and things in retrospect. I do have a question though. We have spent a lot of time on Twitter Spaces. Like when Clubhouse first came out, I was on there too much and I had to pull myself back. And relationships have been built and then relationships have been destroyed, and then sometimes they get rebuilt again and things become clear. But right now I do see a lot of chaos and conflict, especially going into the new year. So my question is, for anyone who can answer it to the room, really is, are we spending a lot of time going back and forth with each other on the app because we really love each other for real? It's out of our love or our passion for Black people, or is it out of like something else, trauma bonding, being addicted to conflict, etc.? And I know everyone may have a different answer to that question, but this is something that I've been thinking about in terms of like how I show up, just in general, but in these spaces. So thank you.
Let me answer this, Immortal, and I'm gonna go ahead on let you get that because you got your hand up. There's a lot of trauma bonding that's in our DNA from the 400 years of enslavement. So that's bringing a lot of us together. And I'm not gonna say that they're bringing us together is a bad thing, but we have to have perspective. And we also have to understand we have to bring accountability in these situations. Because like I'm going to continue to say this over and over and over again. Reparations is a workplace situation because it's work. We doing work. Leave your personal feelings aside. Leave your hormones aside. I don't want to hear about none of that. I want the work to get done. Cause me sitting here, I have grandchildren and children that need their check. And they don't care about none of y'all personal feelings. They don't care about none of y'all personal relationships. They need their security going forward. So at the end of the day, it's a lot of things going on, but we need to understand this is a workplace situation. We need to drop all of the bullshit. We need to drop all of the egos. Yeah, I got you, KD, and come on, Immortal.
I appreciate the question, and I'll speak for myself. You might do find me engaged in some unproductive conversations. But it's always with someone who's trying to stop the work from being done. You might hear me say all manner of things. Hey, find the lie. That's all I'm saying. Just if I lied, then you need to point that out, because I will get in some unproductive conversations. It's not because I personally enjoy it. I do notice that there are a lot of people who do enjoy chaos and conflict and bullshit, because they're scared to do the work at the end of the day. But as for me, for my part in it, when you find me clowning, it's because somebody's trying to distract, somebody's trying to do some work, and somebody's trying to distract from that. And, we have to learn how to govern ourselves. So we have to give pushback, and, a lot of times there be consequences for when you are harming us looking for justice. We're trying to create a place where no one gets mistreated, and everyone who needs help the most get the most constructive help. Now, if you want to try to stop me from doing that, I'm going to give you a whole lot of pushback. If you're sneaking around, if your personal problems is more important than these reparations and these babies, hey, I feel bad for you, really. I feel sorry for you, but I'm not going to let you ruin it. And I know I might not be right all the time, but I got a pretty good track record of being correct in what I say. So, yeah, I do indulge. As for my part in it, I do indulge in some unprotective conversations, but they always with somebody who's trying to stop the work from being done. If you notice, it's always somebody who's trying to subvert our justice, our money, and our justice. So I'm gonna land it with that and let the sisters go.
Go ahead, Katie. You got it. How you doing? Thanks for coming to the
Hey,
space. I
family.
appreciate you.
I hope y'all are enjoying y'all night safely. And Happy New Year to the family. I want to answer the question, and then I want to ask a question if that's okay. I'm gonna answer the question. I wouldn't call it trauma bonding, especially when it comes to Tribe. I honestly feel like Tribe has been the only people that have actually been serious about the reparations movement since we all came together. In January, some of us knew each other a little bit longer than that, but for the sake of the conversation, I'll just leave it like that. We came together for the purpose of making a call to action to go after our restorative justice claims and run down our 5-point plan. It seems like we are the only ones, from what I've seen from this year, that have actually been serious about actually pushing reparations for our people. Also, I'm going to say this. We have a tendency over here to stand on principle. We have been attacked, me especially, and I'm not trying to make this about me, but we have been attacked from the fucking get-go just for trying to do things for our people. We've been attacked. Not only that, we also get attacked.
Sorry, we spoke on that earlier, but you're right. We spoke on that earlier too. So, but go. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We also get attacked when we make people stand on the bullshit that they do. People bring a whole lot of bones, and like my granny say, a dog that'll bring a bone, a carry a bone. A whole lot of the situations that we supposedly got caught up in was because somebody started that shit with us. Every fucking single time. The way they did Brother Conscious by putting his baby out there, like it was a whole bunch of stuff. And it's always the same people. Every time you turn around, it's always the same common denominator. Also, we got pushback for going to Brother Rashad's rally, and I've been following Brother Rashad on Instagram before my page got clipped for years. Brother Rashad has a big following on Instagram. Just because he's not on Twitter don't mean that he's really not out here pushing the message and pushing for tangibles for our people, just because people on Twitter don't know who he is. That brother has really been out here for years, but his main platform just so happened to be Instagram. Got pushed back for that. I thought, like, hey, if we all supposed to be about reparations, why is people running around this out clowning this man? He's really out here for our people. And I showed up to make sure that I supported that brother, because I know what he was doing was for real. And I appreciate what he was able to do to bring to the mission of us getting reparations. So it won't no it's never it was not no trauma bonding on this side. We're gonna have disagreements, and that's a given. But when it comes to people actually being real about some shit and standing on that shit, Tribe is the only people that's been able to do that. I got called a scammer like 3, 4, 5 goddamn times, but albino fucking monkey gets to run around in everybody's fucking space like he's a goddamn celebrity. He stole over $500,000 from Black Death. I don't see nobody saying nothing about that. People been picking and choosing on this app who they want to crucify, but everybody else, depending on who they like and who they're a fan of, they get they get a blind eye turned to them and the fuck shit that they do. It's a whole lot of fans running around here on this app, and we've seen that over the years as well. Last thing I would like to ask, because I would like to know, and I've just been thinking about this for a while. Since you're doing the year in review, Conscious, I'm quite sure you probably covered it. I want to know, when the situation popped off with the pull-ups. First of all, let me speak about the pull-ups, because the narrative out there was that the family was upset because they did not get any type of promotion. Let's be very clear. Pull-ups happened the whole entire month of September. A whole lot of us used our own money for stuff. A whole lot of us only maybe didn't have that many people, but we got that shit done nevertheless. My video for the Virginia pull-up on Twitter got like 13,000 views. On Facebook, that shit got damn near 200,000 views, and I don't even got a Facebook account, but my sister put it up there because my niece was out there with me. And the Texas pull-up got international coverage. It also got some spins on YouTube from some white guy that got 2 million subscribers, and that shit broke damn near 500,000 goddamn views. So mine was on September the 17th, and like I said, the pull-ups was happening throughout the whole month of September. Won't nobody upset about not getting no coverage? See, one thing about us, we don't wait for nobody to tell us to do nothing. We just do the shit because that's what we're supposed to do. That's what the mission calls on for us to do. I just want to know, why was the narrative spent out there like the family was upset about not getting coverage, um or because I'm sorry, not coverage, because it didn't get promoted, but the part about them being charged for their promotion was left out. I would like to know that. Why was that not mentioned in the whole situation? It was like a one-sided thing of, oh, they mad because I didn't promote or I didn't advertise their pull-ups. But you forgot to mention the fact that you probably didn't advertise it was because you was charging them to. I thought that this was a reparations movement. I didn't know that we had to charge to push the message out there. I didn't know that. I thought that if we're all going to be in this together, and this is something that we're doing as far as our bloodline is concerned, why in the hell is the fact that charges are asking to be included on this advertising? Why was that never mentioned to the people? Why was it just spent like the family just was mad and throwing hissy fits about not having any type of advertising for their pull-up?
I guess you. Please, thank you everybody for coming into space. Run it back. I'm not gonna keep the space open too much longer. It's going on outlawmedia.com. It's going on my YouTube. I'm gonna answer your question, KD. So this is what it is. Small things to a giant. I would have gave 10,000 pennies. I would have gave 10,000 pennies. I wouldn't have cared about a bitch nigga pockets. I wouldn't have cared about a grift nigga pockets. I would have gave him his motherfucking money. So everybody would have had more than 50, 60, 70 people at every pull up. I wouldn't have cared about none of that.
Let me ask you this, brother Conscious. I gotta ask you this, because now it comes down to it should be, if we are family, it should be, you look out for me, I'm gonna look out for you. I'm quite sure it's plenty of people in the family that have donated to those documentaries. It's plenty of people that done purchase merchandise. It's plenty of people that done purchase FBA flags. It's plenty of people who donated to the museum. The family did that. If this is supposed to be a family thing, and the ultimate goal is reparations, I personally feel like charges should have never been brought up in the first place. Because in the front of my mind, if that was me, I would have been saying, on the other hand, this is my family. They didn't threw their bread in for this. And a lot of people probably donated that didn't even have the bread to do it in the first place. But because we saying this is a bloodline type of situation, this is family, I'm going to give my last. I'm going to go ahead and send this in. I'm going to go ahead and send that in. We doing this, and this is all in the name of our restorative justice claim. It should have been the same thing reciprocated. It should have been. I didn't know that. I didn't know until now that a price sheet had been sent out.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna let Immortal go ahead. Immortal, you got your hand up. I'm gonna let him expound on this situation because he was there for it.
So let me start off by saying you correct naturally. In a perfect world, and if everybody means what they say what they mean, if people's public persona matched their private persona, in a perfect world, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly how it should be, what you said. But, you know, it is different. And we might be expecting things from other people that we expected from people who helped us figure out our lineage. Like you did that for me. So I'm going to take that personally. But for a lot of people, it's just business. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people. So if CNN, if I could have got the price we was offered to advertise on CNN, I would have gave them money, wouldn't argue. I already know CNN, you just a business. You really don't like what I'm saying, but this is CNN I'm talking about now. CNN, you really don't like what I'm saying, but you're going to take this money and you're going to advertise for me. And I know that it's going to be a benefit to me. That's the way I look at it. But I see what you're saying, but my heart been broke too many times behind being overly, I'm still overly optimistic a lot, and I get my heart broken because of it. And I'm still believe in people a lot sometimes when I shouldn't. So just know when that price, look, I done been in St. Louis in the 90s to take out a full or half page ad costs $800 in Riverfront Times, and that ain't even guarantee I'm gonna reach the demographic I'm looking for. That platform had the demographic. To me, it's just like CNN. Anybody, I give you something, you give me something. And I don't. Hey, if it was like what you said, he would have did what you said. You feel me? But if he didn't do what he said, still we got to do business. Business must go on. The show must go on. I go to work. I work for a living. And when I go to work, do you know half the motherfuckers don't like me? And I'm not interested in being no associate or friend of theirs neither. And they know it. But got to get this money. Well, same thing. Got to get this word out. Hey, here's an opportunity, and I wanted to take it. We did eventually turn it down on the principles that you're standing on. And hey, I ain't gonna be mad at you for standing on your square. If you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. But as far as that was concerned, I thought it was a missed opportunity because fuck how you feel, fuck what he think, fuck if he with the struggle or not. If that's all you asking, I'll try to get a half page ad. They try to charge me $800 in a local newspaper. So when I saw that price, I was like, oh, you gonna give me a price like I'm your cousin? That's the way I took it. Maybe that's an overly optimistic. Nice guys be finishing last and shit. That maybe I was overly optimistic in looking at it that way. But that's the way that would have took us forward with even greater presence at all our pull-ups, because I feel like it was no reason A-Dub should have started his pull-up alone. He didn't finish it alone, but he started it alone. There's no reason for that. Some of these pull-ups. We supposed to be supporting each other, like you say, but hey, human resources, sis. That's a human resource. That what you're talking about, what they did, that's a human resources. And I will tell you this. They did talk about some of these people that we thinking of. They did talk about the pull-ups, but I get what you're saying. That's mine.
And I get what you're saying too. But one thing I want to clarify: CNN is not family. I'm gonna leave that situation right there. CNN and family. Now, as far as brother A-Dub's pull up, it wasn't the fact that we couldn't get more coverage or we couldn't get more push, because we by ourselves was doing all of the marketing by retweeting, reposting, recirculating everybody's pull up for the whole the whole entire month of what was it, August, leading up to what was it, September. Y'all was creating websites, y'all was creating videos, like y'all was doing y'all damn thing, and we was just like, all right, get it out, we gonna push it. I had folks, my goddamn people, putting shit on Facebook. Like I tell my sister, put this on Facebook, X, Y, and Z. So we were our own marketing campaign. It wasn't the fact, in my personal opinion, that would have gotten more people out. Is the fact that niggas was fucking scared to come outside, first of all. Second of all, niggas was playing about reparations. It's okay to talk about that shit online, but when it's really time to step outside and be on the front line for your folks, everybody's not built like that. It's a whole lot of people in this app that's from Detroit. It shouldn't have been no reason why A-Dub and Kedar was the only two fucking people out there from Detroit. But it be whole other people that's in their city, that's in our so-called lineage, that could have came outside with them. But I guess if you're not the person that I'm a fan of, or if the person that I'm a fan of isn't doing it, I'm not gonna do it either. Like I said, I seen a whole lot of grown ass men on this app acting like fan out fucking groupies, and that shit is sad. It should not be like that when it comes to us getting our restorative justice claims. Do y'all want reparations or don't you? That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And it doesn't matter, because I showed up everywhere this year. Everywhere that somebody had anything to do with reparations, my little ass was right the fuck out there. So at the end of the day, do y'all want reparations or not? Or do y'all just want to be a fan? Or are y'all really fucking scared to come outside? Which one in it? Because we leaving all this fuck shit in yesterday. That shit is getting left. I don't have time for that shit. I don't even want to intermingle with folks that I know for a fact is not going to ride for the set when it's fucking time to. Y'all can't be, I can't rock like that. So to the family that's been outside, y'all been doing y'all thing. We gonna keep doing this shit in our millennial Jordan year. So we got a whole lot of work to do, a whole lot of shit that's getting ready to come up. And when it's time to, y'all ain't gotta prove nothing to me, because y'all already did what needed to be done. I just know that when it's time to ride, y'all gonna be right there pulling up in front of my door. So let's just go ahead and get that shit cracking. Y'all have a good night and enjoy your New Year's Eve.
And with that being said, all skin folks ain't kin folks. Nigga, yo motherfucking hidden color making ass, museum making ass is a fucking human resource. Nigga, fuck you, pay me. Nigga, you gonna push my pull up, I'll give your bitch ass what the fuck money you want, and you promote my shit. Bitch. Pick up the phone, hoe ass nigga.
Nah, but it's cool because I can't sit here and give no pushback on what the sister said when I see you promoting Sir Major. We spoke on this earlier. How you can promote him, because he gets no traction. He ain't never did nothing other than to get banished from away from around. He never did nothing except earned his right to be banished from among us. So if he can get promotion, ostensibly, maybe he got a price list too. I don't know. But if you can promote that, but you leaving some of the most hardest workers feeling the way that sister just said that, hey, I can't defend that shit. Ask Sir Major to defend you. You know what I'm saying?
But hold on, like we at the end of the day, right? You know, motherfucking people been sitting here riding hard, and then some weird ass nigga that don't got no melanin get a mic every goddamn time he come into space. Some weird that came to Ferguson that had part in $30 million theft of my community get a mic every goddamn time. Nigga, please.
Yeah, we in it. Yeah. Niggas say whatever they want. See, that's the thing, how I look at it, and I appreciate the sister, because it's a sentiment that on no account be ignored. It's the sentiment of the masses. who share my lineage. Most people just gonna sit quiet, go to work, go home, but they living by the principles. The sister. That's the only way we made it all these hundreds of years under this system, under these white supremacists, because we had that type of philosophy with each other, and I did what I could to, make good out of a bad situation, but at the end of the day, nigga, Sir Monkey and Zesty Elite them and Adonis, who lusting out here recently, lusting over white men who are berating him and doing all this. And then you come to the community, you come to the grassroots community, and you say, well, these are the people, they cool by me, they listen to me, we cool. No, it don't work like that, cuz then that means you like them. And even me, after having all this support for the individual we were talking about, man, I'm so like, cuz I can't even rock with that. So you're right, KD. I get what you're saying, and I know you understood what I was saying too. But like I said before, got to stand on what you stand. Hey, got to stand on that square. That's a good square to stand on. So I ain't mad at you. Shit.
So at the end of the day, it's 11:44 Eastern Standard Time, 10:44 Central Standard Time, 9:44 Mountain Standard Time, 8:44 Pacific Standard Time. It ain't quite New Year yet, y'all. That's why I said I'm deading all this shit. I'm deading it all. I'm deading it all. I'm putting it out here. If you got something to say, ask for a mic. I give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not revisiting this shit. You know what I'm saying? In a minute, real niggas not even gonna be on fucking Twitter Spaces. Now let me put my what they used to call me when I was going to private school with the white people. Let me put my white boy voice on for y'all. In 2023, real niggers are not gonna be on Twitter Spaces. If you wanna find out where the real shit is, you come to consciousutlawmedia.com. Yeah. I'm on some goofy shit. So, I'm not finna keep playing with that. Y'all keep going back and forth and y'all keep arguing and letting the ops come into your rooms and cause dissension and letting niggas jake you out. Letting niggas jake you out. You get watch batteries put in your back and go out and cuss out people and call black American women bitches and all of that shit and say you gonna murder niggas on apps. Yeah, go ahead, keep rolling with that. And I'm gonna keep on rolling with the work.
For sure. It's the show me state, family. So, yay. Motherfuckers show you what it is. Oh, but back to the real shit, man, though. Unsung heroes. I'm trying to make sure we don't miss none in here. Look in the room. Where we've got some. We gave Purple Dog her props. Kels standing tall. Kels do a lot of work making sure shit get done. Snugs. I mentioned Snugs, unsung hero Leon. Definitely get
Glock fire videos. Glock made some fire videos. Twizzle, Jadis. Yeah. We got a whole bunch of soldiers. We got a whole bunch of people in here that really didn't get no. They just did their work, didn't care about the Twitter space, didn't care about no clout, nothing. They lineage.
Yeah, what you had said, and then, so unsung heroes. Say sometimes some people just got it. They got they got the right idea. They know how to articulate it. People like to look at them, and these a lot of times be sung heroes, and rightfully so. But sometimes it's unsung heroes in the background that just do the work, keep their head down, ain't worried about nothing, keeping away from the bullshit, just trying to make it happen. So unsung heroes is a lot of things KD have done so she's an unsung hero in this sense. Y'all don't even know all the stuff she's done. You would have to be in close communication with her to really realize all the shit she put into the when she answers the call to secure our lineage. Talking about in terms of money, time, effort. Listen, so that's your unsung hero too. Even though we make sure we let our sister know we appreciate her, but it's a lot of unsung things she's done. But Leon, unsung hero for all the work teaching me, helping me learn how to even do a website. I was intimidated by all that, and Leon was like, let's walk through it. We crashed out one, and then another one popped up greatly because of his efforts. And also, as far as me participating in pull-ups, I have to give a great thanks to Leon and Twizzle for supporting us in that effort. Everything I went in my brother talked about how he went in the hole. I went in the hole, but I didn't go in the hole like I could have been. My motherfucking ass could have been sitting here with the lights off for the next month. I was gonna do it. I was like, fuck it. You bribing my people. Yeah, I said the kids over here, nigga, we gonna make it regardless, like we always do. But they made it so I didn't have to suffer the way that I could have, because we went hundreds of dollars in the hole. And that's, we in the Midwest. That ain't nothing on the coast, but you get close to $1,000 in the hole in the Midwest, nigga. You in that's a nice little hole to climb out of. But we resourceful.
Yeah,
So
hold on. Let me do this. I'm shutting this place down in 11 minutes because I'm not bringing bullshit. I want to bring the build in, but I'm not bringing bullshit into the new year because I do know it's 11:49 Eastern Standard Time, 10:49 Central Standard Time, 9:49 Mountain Standard Time, 8:49 Pacific Standard Time. I'm not bringing bullshit into New Year. So we finna get it out here. We got 11 minutes. I want everybody to get their shit off. We keep it short. I will mute you the fuck down. Anybody want, but before I do that, I will say, shout out to Vino. Shout out to Immortal. Gotta give my people that I stood tall with, face to face with, they first props. Shout out to Lion and CR. Shout out to Kels. Shout out to Black Idaho, Twizzle, Gumbo, Nudo, Jadis, Black Idaho, Purple Doll. Oh yeah, she should have got it in early in. Maroon OG, standing tall with Telleroni. One of the first pull-ups. Also, I forgot about all that. We gonna give these props out, but we gonna shut all that bullshit down. Let's get some understanding. Let's get that genetic understanding going on here. We're gonna let people crash on out, talk on crazy, all skin folk and kinfolk. So Vino, hold on. CR had the mic first. We're gonna give it to CR. I'm gonna give it to Vino and Twizzles and requests. Keep y'all shit short because y'all got 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, let me go ahead and speak fast. What's happening to the family? Love, peace, and reparations to everybody. You dig? I've been drinking on that Crown Royal Black. You dig? I'm keeping it motherfucking capital BLACK tonight. You dig? You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking my Christmas present on New Year's Eve with the fam and my old lady. We chilling. She got her last few hits playing. I thought, hey, I ain't even gonna hold you. I was gonna cook, but I started getting drunk, so we eating burritos and fucking egg rolls tonight. Shit, fuck it, it is what it is, nigga. Shit. Hey, I dare to be different. Anybody want to challenge me on it, nigga? Fuck y'all, shit, nigga. I'm eating. God damn it, nigga. This is that. This is that Black American style, shit, nigga. We still from the motherland around this bitch. I ain't talking about no African, nigga. I'm talking about from here. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm feeling good. What's happening with the family, man? We got fucking Conscious in here, Vino, Twiz, Immortal, Gumbo, Leon, Darling, Nicky, Nudo, KD, Jackson, Black Idaho, Maroon, Kels. We got motherfucking Will. We got Cornelius. I don't know you, Lioness. We got Sassy. I don't know you, Big Free. We got Fist, Scale Fist. Whatever the fuck that means, Joel and Corey. You was in my space earlier. And Mr. Purple Dog. What's happening? I follow you. Hey, fam. Yeah.
We got to keep it moving. Hey, keep it moving. Hey, I'm telling you, we got 8 minutes. Twizzle, come on, Twizzle. Let's do it. You got like 60 seconds. I'll let CR go a long time because he was hosting the space. Come on, Twizzle, let's get it. We got 8 minutes.
Check this out. You feeling neighborhood outlaw media? You can't rush perfection. You understand me? It's too many people in here that you got to give praise to, man. So I just can't rush that. You understand?
We've been
But
giving all night. Y'all just came through early, but go ahead, fam.
check this out. You know what I mean? Everybody in here know what time it is, and one thing's for sure, two things for certain. I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to participate in these spaces. Today makes 11 months that I've been in these Twitter spaces. I came in January 31st, so I wasn't a part of the 30K space, but I came in late, and better late than never. But first and foremost, thank everybody. It was a pleasure to meet all y'all. It's a pleasure to have all y'all as friends, and it's a pleasure to network and talk to all y'all. I had a ball this year. You know, next year gonna even be better. I'm high right now. I'm fly as fuck. I'm finna go party tonight and have a good time on New Year's Eve. You know, as Conscious Outlaw would say, if he gave a friendly neighborhood time check, it's about to be New Year's Eve on the East Coast. You know, I still got 3 more hours out here, so hey, I got plenty of time to get high. But let me give people their flowers. Vino, I love you, nephew. I love you. If it wasn't for you, man, I wouldn't have been able to do my first deal, dude. You know, thank you, Vino. You know what I'm saying? CR the Great, thank you. You held spaces down with me. You showed love. You know, Immortal, you a real nigga. You reached out to me. I love you, man. Everybody. KD, I love you, mama. You gave me the first opportunity to go contribute. You turned me on to Marcel Dixon. He was the first person, the first political candidate that I ever been close to and had the opportunity to do for to. Thank you, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Max, you know, everybody. It's too many people in here to thank, but hey, I'm thankful for having the opportunity to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about one person, it's about everybody. You know what I'm saying? And hey, Conscious Outlaw, last but not least, thank you, brother. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have my business right now. You and King Tanner, South Atlanta, please excuse this country grammar. Y'all niggas motivated me, bro. I've been trying to get a business for 12 years, man. Never had the courage and motivation to do it. But talking to y'all niggas one day, nigga, Black Fire Capital is certified and official as a referee's whistle, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk about, the progress, but my business is official. Certified stamp, my EIN, my motherfucking Dun and Bradstreet credit number is certified and official. I'm in there. And man, my brother, I love you with all my heart, Conscious. If it wasn't for you, I don't know where I would be right now. So Conscious, you my nigga. You my nigga, dude, and I love you, man. And I dropped the mic right there, y'all.
Man, I love you too, brother. I gotta slide it over to Bino. Hey, Bino, man, we got 5 minutes and you got a mic. Sweet Science.
What's happening, man? Shout out Conscious, Twiz, CR, Immortal, Gumbo, Leon, Sister Nikki, Brother Nudo, Sister KD, Max. Hey, I rock with everybody in this space right now. I don't know Cornelius, but you know what I'm saying. If he a solid brother, shout out to him. Corey, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to you, Black Idaho, Maroon, the Moby, Kales. What's good, my dog? Hey, Kales is quiet, but that's one of the most solidest brothers I met on this app for real. Shout out to that brother. He stand on principle for real. I really rock with that brother. Brother. Damn, we got such a purple dog. Yeah, shout out, man. Ain't too much, man. I'm proud of y'all, man. It's been a good year, man. It was a lot of shit, but it's been a good year, man. Folks done really made strides. And we really, hey man, we really been doing what we supposed to do, man. Hey, my granddaddy always taught me if the wind ain't smacking you in the face, then you walking the wrong way. Shit, I'm chilling, man. I'm drinking this Uncle Nearest, man, on the last day of the year. Really just taking it all in, man. You know, folks be having their issues and differences, but as a whole, man, it has really been a good year. I really can't complain. I can't, y'all. So, man, love to the family.
So basically, everybody that spoke, they got a mic, nobody picked it up. It's 11:57 Eastern Standard Time, 10:57 Central Standard Time, 9:57 Mountain Standard Time, 8:57 Pacific Standard Time. Popping my collar. I'm gonna shut it down, but I'm just gonna leave y'all with this. Look, I love all y'all. I'm about to work. I really don't gotta like y'all niggas. I like my children. I like my grandchildren. But if you gonna help me get my money, I like you. That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It's 3 minutes left. I want you to shut your phone down, duck and cover, drink a blunt, drink, smoke a blunt, all that. This recorded on the space. This going on outlawmedia.com. Yes, sir. Outlawmedia.com. Conscious Outlaw. Hashtag Conscious Outlaw. Hashtag Conscious Underground. Aquavino.com. Hey, y'all finna find out. Fuck around and find out. I'm not finna play with y'all. I'm gonna be real quiet. Outlaw Media.